Jug with the band called Indie.
All right. Welcome to WO Radio. I'm your host, Richie, Redneck Pimp. This gentleman right here need no introduction anywhere on the freaking planet. He's probably the greatest fan of WO Entertainment, besides Dean Cerny, of course. And he's here in studio for just a bunch of shenanigans. That's what's going to happen. Anytime David Scott and I get in the same room, there's laughter to be had.
It gets very silly.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
it does.
Very silly.
And if it was in front of the courtroom, they'd arrest us.
That's right. They have to say you're in violation of something.
Yes. So, and we're going to be talking about November 6th, the elephant in the room, which you were going to be performing at.
Yes.
First out of the chute.
Yes.
As far as comedy goes, we got other business before that we'll get to. But glad to see a lot of you guys tune in. See Dylan Fawcett. Thank you very much, sir. Dean Cerny, brother, how you doing? Appreciate you showing up. Share it out, guys. It's going to be a good show. We got a few shows left before November 6th show coming up. Talk about the sponsors real quick. Thank you to Tub Creek. Thank you for letting us use your event center for November 6th show. It's going to be great and outstanding. Thank you to Levi Garrison and Sons Brewery out of Hamilton. If you've never had brewed beer, oh my goodness, you're in for an excellent treat. You really are. You're in for an excellent treat. He's a veteran, also veteran-owned, operated, and his son's active right now. So they're going to be bringing their beer over. His and Hers Sports Gallery out of Cameron, Missouri, providing the shirts and stuff free of charge. Webfoot Forge. Justin and he's got his forge going on. He's going to be entering some knives for the raffle. Some other artwork, I understand. Maybe some horseshoe art he makes. Beautiful stuff. We got another knife that was donated to us. Right here. I tried to let me see it. The wrong way.
Squeeze it in there.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And that's going to be up for raffle. As donated by anonymous guy. He didn't want to be recognized for it, so he won't get recognized. So we got a lot of things going on that day. Of course, we got Christina Fox from Rosenbridge, KC, is going to sing the national anthem live. Okay, have you ever been to Warrior Fest? Heard this lady sing? She's got a beautiful singing voice. She sang in here, matter of fact, in this very room, of course, before. And then we're going to give away a free veteran Thanksgiving dinner.
Whoa.
Guys, what a joy, what a treat that's going to be. Thank you, Matt Brooks. He's going to be in attendance to do this from Operation Veterans Barbecue, Charlie Pride Barbecue, giving that meal away. And then that'll be some more introductions. And then the man, 6 o'clock, starts with David Scott.
Yes.
He's going to be on the stage.
Yes.
King and clean.
In many circles, I just have to brag a little bit, but in many circles, I'm known as who?
Who? Ain't there a rock band named Who? Who? Yeah. And if he needs any more introduction, he is the winner of the very first WO Entertainment Last Comic Standing tournament we had back in March this year. He's got the trophy. He's proud of that trophy too. You hit the proud of his dead hands to get it. So he's gonna be on at 6 o'clock. 6:30. Sean Hill. She's an amazing woman, very good comedian. You guys look her up. She's a beaut. Okay, she's just awesome. And of course, that takes up to 7. The mixology plays from 7 to 8. After mixology plays from 8 to 8:30, Jeff Onyx, friend of ours, Jeff Onyx, he's going to be doing the sound and he's going to do some comedy for us. Okay. And after him at 8:30, we got Damon Tater Spray. All right, he's coming out of hibernation. He's going to perform. Now his material is adult material. Okay, so you got something for everybody. We got family friendly and adult.
He's coming out of hibernation.
Coming out of hibernation.
It's just when you think it was time to go into hibernation,
here he comes.
Here he comes.
Yeah, and good dude. You guys got to meet him. He's a great guy.
That's right.
Richard Matano was after him.
And
yeah, okay.
Strap in.
You strap in. Hold on. Okay, so you got 8:30 to 9, 9:30 to 9 to 9:30, and then 9:30 to 10 is Thai Food Panda.
Yeah, that's worth it. That's worth the price of admission.
Yes,
right
he is.
there.
That guy's freaking awesome. At 10 o'clock, you got the band. They go to 11. I'm on after the band, and then we'll have fellowship until midnight. It's over at midnight. 6.5 hours for $5.
Oh,
6.5 hours anytime for $5, or you can come and go whatever, as long as you pay to get in. I don't know, man. That sounds to me like a great show. Every one of these comedians down here are worth their weight in gold. I promise you. They're fine people. You will love them. The bands are outstanding. I can verify that. So we got that took care of. So David, how you been? How you been doing, brother?
I've been doing good. I've been walking with a cane until like 10 days, 2 weeks ago, and now I'm feeling good.
Oh, see.
So yeah, things are looking up.
Oh, that's right. You had that little accident.
I had an accident, fractured my pelvis. I used to say I broke my pelvis, but fractured sounds more serious.
It actually does.
So I said fractured my pelvis.
Yeah.
And didn't need an operation, thank goodness, or I would have been on a cane a lot longer. But last 10 days or so, I've been walking without a cane. Been walking again. I did a 2.6 mile walk today. I felt really tired.
Nice. Yeah.
So things are looking up.
You didn't call Jimmy Jones?
No.
Freaky Fast Hill?
Freaky fast.
Freaky Fast. John, if I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. Bonnicamp?
John Bonnicamp, there he is.
All right, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. I know you're following David Scott, so
yep.
Dean tells you lay off the little blue pill, Dave.
Yeah.
So you got that going on. What do you got coming up? Anything?
I have a couple of private shows.
Okay.
One on the I believe it's on the 5th, the day before. There's one down in Lake of the Ozarks, or is that the day after? Maybe, I'm not sure. And then I'm doing a doubleheader, 2 shows the same day at a nursing home coming up.
Well,
that's this week. So
excellent. That ought to be a pretty quiet crowd.
It depends. It really sometimes.
That's true, though. Yeah.
Sometimes 4 people show up, and then the other day I had a room with like 40 people in it, and they were with it.
Yeah.
I told my first joke and they laughed. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good group.
Got them. Yeah, you got that.
You're right. It can be quiet. It can be lonely.
Yeah, we've been to some. Richard Matano and I. Imagine us two doing a nursing home, right? We did one and they wheeled them in on beds.
Are you serious?
Richard looked at me like, "What are we gonna do? We're gonna go." So we performed, and they were all sleeping in bed. It's quiet. Every punchline hit because there was no distraction. And then the next show we did must have been the ones from the cuckoo ward, because they were talking and beating on their hands and running around their chairs. We're just like, let's get perform and get out of here. I mean, they're running around their chairs playing what's that? Duck Duck Goose. I was like, no way.
One time, a lady was in an automated electric wheelchair,
right?
Battery powered. She backed up into another resident. A fight broke out. F-bombs were dropped. It was an uncomfortable time.
I'm sorry, but I'd have had a mic going, Jerry. A
couple of the attendants who were listening to the show said, oh, we should probably take care of that.
Yeah, hey, David, you go ahead and do your... When I was a prison guard, I worked with another guy, and 2 inmates in a wheelchair was fighting, and he was telling me the story about it. I didn't get to see it, but I said, yeah. He said, oh, and they were going on. I said, how'd you stop them? He said, I walked over and kicked them both over. He said they quit fighting.
Yeah. And they were mad at me, which is an improvement, right?
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, whatever, so I got to stop. So you got that's coming up. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. And then I never really asked you, and maybe I had and I forget because, I got race command syndrome. How do you feel about the November 6th show?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. That should be a hoot. Yeah. I'm so glad we're raising money for suicide awareness for vets.
Yeah.
That's critically important.
It is. We know 22 a day, but I've been reading places that during this pandemic, there's numbers now 25.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. And I feel bad about it because I feel like we're not doing our job. But this pandemic's not our deal. But we got to deal with it somehow, And 25 veterans a day, man. We're only a tenth of the population. At 25 a day, we're going to be a lot less than tenth of the population.
Yeah.
So, and there's 19 million veterans in the world. 12 million are still the age eligible to move around and think and walk. Okay. And young enough to still fight if we had to. So 19 million veterans. What? There's 300 some million. That's not very good. It's not very good. So we brought you in for November 6th show, man. And I remember when I contacted you, you didn't even blink. You said absolutely.
Yeah, I'm there.
And I said, as a matter of fact, I didn't really have a date yet. I said, we're going to have a show coming in November. You said, I'm in.
You don't have a date? You should take your wife.
Yeah. Well, she's going. Trust me. The boss got to come. I'm going out in public.
Oh, you mean a calendar date?
Yeah, calendar date.
It's different.
And you said, well, when you get a calendar date, let me know. And then I got a date and let you know. But you were so good about it. And you did almost all of our Warrior Fest, except one you didn't go because that was when the COVID first came out and you were worried about the spread of COVID.
A little reluctant.
Right. But you've been every one of them, and we appreciate you, man. And you've got a following. We got people actually watching. Where's David? David ain't scheduled to be here. What do you mean, where's David? He ain't the host.
We bought our pitchforks. Where is he?
Hell, yeah.
I got our clubs, got our hatchets.
And then I got some of my kids love you. They know your name. They love watching you perform.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're a good guy. Appreciate it. Catch David Scott, guys. November 6th at this show. He's going to kill it. He's going first. He's probably double dipping knowing David. Okay.
Actually, I'm doing another fundraiser that same evening. Yeah.
There you go. So, but hey, get your thing on, brother. But he's going to be there November 6th at 6 o'clock. He's going to start. And when he starts, he's going to 6:30. He's done. He's out of there. So if you want to meet David, you need to get there. Are you bringing any merch?
Maybe. I can't stick around to sell it, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll leave some for you to sell.
All right. I'll sell it for you. Or bring enough for you during your show.
I have coasters. I have key rings. I have nose rings. I have earrings.
Well, there you go. Some of our listeners might be into that. How you doing, Cousin Kathy? Appreciate you tuning in. Good. Let me see. Yeah, she's deaf.
Oh,
so she speaks.
Welcome.
Sign language. She tried to teach me sign language one time. I'm like, you do realize I'm redneck, right? I don't know what redneck slang would be for sign language. So whatever.
Yes.
I mean, that's one language I'd have to do right. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be one finger off.
No,
because you'd be in trouble.
That could so easy to misinterpret.
And she's my bloodline, so I know she'll smack me if I.
Without any hesitation.
Yes, she will. I might be her favorite cousin, but she won't hesitate to. So I'll make sure I talk to her, appropriately. But thanks for joining, Kathy. Appreciate it. All right, let's get into a few of our things here. You're a man who's had a job in your life. It's probably several jobs.
Oh, yeah.
There's people that have these work schedules, man, and some of these just baffle me. Like, for example, you have 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off again, and then 4 days on in a row. Right? Do you like that better, or are you a traditional guy? 5 days on, 2 days off, 5 days on, 2 days off.
I don't know. I have not done the 4-1-1-1 before. But here's the thing: I was on a rotating schedule. I did 3 weeks of days, 3 weeks of evenings, 3 weeks of midnights.
Right.
About killed me. I was always tired. Became a point. It was actually easier to ask what day of the week it was than to sit down and figure it out. And the guy, one of the supervisors said, "Oh yeah, it's you know how many marriages we've broken up with that schedule?" I'm like, that's not something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Are you nuts? So I was glad to get the hell out of that job.
They didn't have no HR department, did they?
Say again?
They didn't have no HR department, did they?
But they were locked in.
Wow.
And then and then 3 weeks of midnight, 3 weeks of weekends. So it was a four times 3, 12 weeks of rotation. My wife for a while worked 3 12s.
Okay.
And they got 4 days off.
Right. And that's good. However, mentally, some people can't check out.
The first day of the 4 days off, she was useless. All she did was lay around.
Right.
She was exhausted. Well, she took a day to recover. So it may have well been 4 10s. I would probably done the same thing.
That's what I was going to say. I'm a 4-10 guy, and then you still got 3 days off.
Yeah.
And that'd be 1 day to relax and 2 more days to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I love the 4-10s. What'd your wife used to do for a living?
She was a nurse.
Nurse. I was going to say that was probably nurse or a school teacher, because they work more than just what the kids in the classroom.
Yes.
They're there before and they're there after.
Yeah, she would come home and then call the other nurse she worked with and go over what went on that day.
Right.
So she worked like a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then they bring it home,
Yeah, she brought it home.
I know a guy worked at the rock quarry, and you're thinking, rock quarry work from the sun up to sundown during the summertime. They try to squeeze every hour they can into crushing rock. And he would come home and he would call and discuss what's going on and talk about it to his wife. His wife says, I have no freaking clue of what rock he's talking about. He like when you make concrete, you use Bethany rock. Winterset rock is like for your gravel roads or your light projects, but it's still rock, right? And he'd be coming home talking about Winterset, Bethany rock, granite. His wife would be like, honey, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. So people can't shut it off. So
yeah,
410s, I think, to me, be the best. I'm not quite too sure about this. I mean, you're off a day, then you go back to work one day, and you just get in the flow of doing it again. You get charged up like on a Monday. You got to get it rolling for the week. Then you're off again, and then you're on for all the days in a row. To me, that's dumb. And the jobs that have that, I don't understand why they have that like that. Why they have set up.
Well, the advantage is you can take a day off and get 3 days in a row.
No.
Yeah, you work 4, 1, 1, 1. That one day you take off could be the middle between the 2 days off.
No, it's usually set. You'll take one. You get a set days. Like you off on a Monday, you work Tuesday, or off Wednesday, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, so when you take a
Sunday.
day off, take off Tuesday.
Yeah, so if you take a day off, yeah. Your set schedule. When you start out off a day off, then you work a day on. That to me, that's just
that's
getting all revved up, and then bang, they shut you down again.
Yeah.
And those are usually the jobs, according to what I read, those are usually jobs that people have most mental problems.
Yep.
Most domestic problems. Because I understand. I get it.
Yep. There's no rest.
Yeah. And rest is very important. And, we were growing up, people were quit being a wuss, power through it. Well,
you can for a while. I worked with a woman who was
in your 20s, yeah.
On a project, and it was very demanding. They were working like 12-hour days, 6 days a week, and that she couldn't be home as planned. She had to work. He broke the phone. He was a big guy like you. He was so mad. It was back in the day when it was a thing you could grab with both hands.
Yeah, a good phone. Yeah.
He broke the phone. He was so mad. So she took it into work and said, well, my husband broke the phone. Could I have another one?
I know why he broke it, because he lost connection. He tried to call her back. 1, 2, he got tired of it, so he got mad. Yeah. Well, and I'm glad they changed a lot of that. I wish they do more of that. The pay sometimes don't reflect what you work either. I mean, some of these schedules like that'd have to be a better paying job for me to get up and down. And that's this one off, one on, one off, 4 on. That's a young man's that's a young person's schedule.
Yes.
I mean, you can't be in your 30s or above, right, established and work this. I don't think you could pull that off.
No, it's
because I think that sucks. All right, we're gonna move on to our next topic. That's a good discussion, by the way. Here's one that was going to baffle you. People wanting to ban Halloween, the movie Halloween, okay? Because Michael Myers, and the one that it's in theaters now, the one we're talking about, he killed a gay couple, 2 men who were kissing. He killed them when they were kissing. And they said that he's homophobic. Michael Myers is homophobic.
No. Michael Myers is just an opportunist.
I got several problems with this.
2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Yeah. Hey, 1, Michael Myers is fake. Are we really? Are we getting mad at characters now? Is this where we're going?
Let's grab the reins, people.
I mean, they get mad at cartoon characters, so now we're getting mad at Michael. Pretty sure Michael Myers would kick their ass if they were in the movie. Okay.
All right. Raise your hand if you don't like this scene. I'll be right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, he wouldn't talk. He'd just stare at you with a knife, But they want to ban Michael Myers, and now then they wanted to make Superman bisexual. I got a problem with that. He wasn't created to be that character. Don't change him to fit your narrative. Create a new character if you want a super bisexual man.
I agree. Yeah,
I have no problem creating a new one.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Don't take it because you feel like you're being left out. Because Superman wasn't designed to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do that. I don't agree with him.
I would agree.
They say Batman. They will make Batman full on gay. That's not the way. No. I can understand they could try that because you've never really ever seen him married.
That's a good point.
Okay. But at the same token, he wasn't designed that way either. Make your own character. Wonder Woman is we have a lady on here who's a dominatrix. She said Wonder Woman was a bondage type thing. Okay. Got no problem with Wonder Woman. It's a great cartoon. DC's made a lot of money off it. But they made it. She was that way from the beginning. Don't just spin off. I think all this banning Michael Myers, these characters, I think they've gone a little too far. I mean,
if people can't tell reality from a fictional character, I think we have more problems than just characters changing gears. Like my daughter wrote a joke. She said her friend posted on Facebook, "You can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a crazy person." Okay. And Dana replied, "If you're swinging a dead cat, maybe you shouldn't be so judgmental."
Yeah, if you're not digging a hole, shut up. Yeah. Or I guess for my Chinese friend I got, he'd say, "If you ain't got your grill fired up, I don't want to hear it." He said that. I mean, we got Dean Cerny. He says, "What about the need to ban Alex Baldwin?" He was part of that.
I heard
ban this and ban that thing. So, hey, how about you check a gun, numbnuts? You check it.
I just heard a explanation of what happened. It was a Western,
right?
And they were using a real gun. It wasn't a prop gun.
Right, but see, they were building it as a prop gun. Even if it's a prop gun, you still want to check it.
It's a real gun. It could actually fire bullets.
Right.
And what happened was the prop guy was supposed to put blanks in it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't because earlier the crew, to alleviate boredom, took that gun, put live rounds in it, and shot beer cans. And they did not. So I'm going to imagine there was alcoholic beverages involved in this shooting, and they just forgot to take out the live rounds after they were done.
So is this a arrestable offense, or is this, when we were growing up, is this an ass whippable offense? Okay. I mean, when we were kids, somebody getting their ass whipped out behind the shed, getting punched in the face, because now they call it this man. Now, Alec has a bite of the apple too, because I don't care if it's a prop gun or a real gun. You always check that gun. And he's not a veteran. He would know. Us being veterans, we check it. You hand me a gun. Yeah, just take a couple seconds. And whole lot of blame passing. They played a 911 call. The lady on there, she was just diming everybody out. It wasn't my deal. I didn't do this. It was his responsibility. She was laying out the whole case, right over deal. I think there should be some, Alec Baldwin should be looked at, maybe some charges. I'm not saying he full on meant to do it, but listen, if you and I were messing around and I accidentally shot you and you died, they were going to want to charge you at least second degree carelessness or something, and a lot of people, because of the way his beliefs and everything, a lot of people are getting on him right now. And I'm guilty of that too. I mean, I wrote on some things and got a lot of reviews on it. It's all over the internet now. But I said that he changed his movie. Everybody's like, what too? He said the movie says, "I'm killing it." It's his new movie. And got a lot of people liking that. Should be murder. It was you and me. It would be, Dean. If you and I shot each other like that, one of us would be in jail. At least for something. Negligence, something. I'm not saying full on life sentence. No. Accidents do happen. But sometimes accidents could be prevented. What was that term we had in the military? Piss poor planning leads to piss poor performance.
Mm.
And that is so true, If you get a car, it's been sitting a while, you want to check the oil on the damn thing. You just don't want to get in and assume it's ready to go and check the oil on the car. It's the same way. So he's part of the cancel culture thing. I mean, I don't know. It's a tragic deal, no matter how you look at it. And not only did he kill someone, but he also wounded someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have been 2 shots fired.
I don't know.
Because I heard 2 people injured. They fired 1 shot. How did the other person get injured? I mean, they could have fell over something to get out of the way or whatever. I mean, but
I don't know.
I don't,
Proper
planning prevents. Puss poor. He meant, I think it meant piss. And piss poor results. Yeah. Yep. Well, anyway, however, say that. Us veterans know that. Okay. Have people accidentally discharge a gun? Yes. Believe it or not, I did it in my house. Twice.
Really?
Yes.
Yikes.
I have. My wife, and I deserved everything my wife said. Start off with you ignorant, and I'm going to beep the rest of this out. And hold on a minute. Son of a.
Yeah, there's some large beeps.
You knew better. What the hell? Call your dad. That's what you can understand.
Yeah.
I can say friendly. I mean, I can fill a lot of stuff in there, but I did it and owe myself a new window. One of them was with a 45 ACP.
Oh, come on now.
Now, that's a weird story about this. So
I
had it the trigger. I thought somebody was in my house. I come in and look. I swept the area. I took my thumb like an idiot, or my finger, and tried to put the hammer back. Instead of using my thumb, and it went off. Here's the deal. There was no hole in my house anywhere. A 45 will make a hole.
Yes, sir.
There was no hole anywhere in my house. None. Okay. I'm not a guy who believes a lot in ghosts and things like that, but I think my mother-in-law might have helped me in that area, right? All I found was a casing. There was no hole. Nothing, right? But the other one was so lucky. The other one was a 22 that I forgot there was one in the chamber. When I pulled out the magazine, thought I did it correctly, but I didn't do the final step to check it, and it went off. So I was cleaning it, boom. It was still my fault. I was still an idiot.
Yep.
But
well,
I didn't get so much cussing that time. I only got a little bit.
Yeah.
The first one scared the hell out of me. That 45 was loud inside of a house, by the way.
Yeah. Yes.
It's loud. It's loud outside.
Yes. Yes. It'll get your attention.
So, but back to what we're saying. Really, we're going to ban Michael Myers?
No.
A movie that's been around since I was a kid. You know, you can't kill him, obviously. You know, of course, I think in this one they did finally. And if that movie offended, you're watching a movie about killing, and you're offended about two gay guys getting killed, but you're not offended about the women and the kids getting killed, isn't it? I think there's some priorities that are a little bit off.
Right.
They readjust some priorities. Maybe if you're that sensitive, you shouldn't be watching that movie anyway.
Well, I just remember what my mother used to say. She would say, you can catch more flies with a long, sticky projectile tongue than you can with vinegar.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderfully wise woman.
And take that how you want that. It's up to you to take that how you want it. But so I don't think they need to ban Michael Myers. I think people need to grow up. But here's the thing. You got all these movies out there, all these scary movies. Right. I don't know why he makes that noise, by the way. I think he's got asthma. You know, it could be hard to breathe through that mask, right?
That's right.
Hard to breathe that mask.
He needs a ventilator.
Yeah, and it looks like he needs a bath. Okay, he's got that big machete. Okay,
he had COVID. He has trouble.
Yeah, he had COVID before COVID was a thing.
That's right.
And then you got Freddy, you know, with the fingers in your nightmares and all that.
Yeah.
And Michael Myers, right? And so I've seen those, and those are fine, but they're trying to scare me now with bringing back Chucky. Christ, really? Chucky. You got Jason, Freddy, and Michael, and now you want me to be scared of Chucky? I will punt Chucky across the house. You'll hear, when I kick him, you'll hear, back. He's out of here. Chris Berman will pop up on the screen, you know. Yeah. Really? They're going to try to scare me with Chucky? Come on. You know, he never kills anybody tough. You know, it's always somebody, you know. So, anyway, but Chucky's back out too. So go check out those movies. Spend your coin. If you want to spend your coin on those things, they certainly have and with the graphics now, they certainly put those things out there for you to watch.
I always remember what my mother used to say. She said, if life gives you melons, you may be dyslexic. Wonderfully wise woman.
Or deserving. Yeah, or deserving. Dean, knock on wood, I've never had an accidental discharge. Well, good. I hope I don't ever have no one again either. I've had 3 my whole life. One of them was not my fault at all. 2 of them were mine. They're mine doing. I'll accept 2 of them. He also said it's a slasher movie. It's a slasher flick. Everyone gets killed. It doesn't matter what to do and what you do in your bedrooms. Yeah. Black people have been killed in this movie. Chinese. Michael Myers. As far as I go, none of these people care. If they're wanting to ban Michael Myers, though, how far are we going to go? Are we going to stop doing John Wick? John Wick's killed more than any of them. Okay, big people, small people, women, men. John Wick killed everybody. We gonna ban John Wick?
Equal opportunity.
Yeah, you gonna ban John Wick? No, I don't think so. So I seen that. I wanted to cover that. All right, let's do something a little different here, David. Let's go on. Give me your 3 best outlaws.
Oh,
we don't do top 10s on here no more because that website's stupid. It made a lot of viewers mad, including me. So.
Oh, you know who I liked was Khan in Star Trek. Man, he was
outlaw,
great.
Real life outlaw.
Oh, real life outlaw, not Khan. All right, darn it. Well,
Khan.
Jesse James, obviously, because he's a local guy.
Is he 1 or 3?
Oh, probably number 1.
He's 1. Okay, you got Jesse.
And then Butch Cassidy of the
Sundance Kid.
Sundance Kid. That was
Cassidy.
they were a tag team.
You know, I forget about him a lot when you start thinking of good deal. Butch Cassidy. Okay.
And then how about Bonnie and Clyde? I go with Clyde. Or do you want?
I wouldn't be upset if you put them as 1.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Because both of them together were treacherous.
Yeah, they were bad news.
Okay. All right.
Now, a couple of those thought they were, stealing from the rich. So they were heroes.
Well, they were heroes.
Well, they stole from the rich part. That part was true.
Yeah, that was right. That was right.
But they missed out on that second half.
Yeah, well, there's stories either way. I mean, it's hard to really know who really did what because it really didn't keep accurate records back in the day. And some people said, because I'll tell you a story real quick before I get to my 3. My grandpa told me this my grandpa on both sides told me this. He said, Jesse James came through by Princeton, Missouri. Okay. And I always went through there when it came to Iowa and, Iowa and Missouri thing, right? And one time they were going to this farm where they always stay, and this lady was there, and she's talking to Frank. She goes, "Boys, I got to tell you, you can't stay here no more. They're foreclosing on my land." Frank's like, "Why?" He said, "Well, the bank says I'm behind. I'm not. The bank says I'm behind, but it's getting hard for me to make the payments, so I'm probably going to let it go." Frank said, "I don't want you to let it go." No. So they passed the hat. All the outlaws put in money. Okay. He gave her the money. He said, I want one thing out of you. What's that? I want you to get a receipt. Get a receipt. Here come the sheriff and the banker. And he says, unless you got your money, you got to go. He goes, well, I got your money. He goes, really? Yep. She counted out for him. He said, now give me a receipt. He said, well, I'll get a receipt book. He goes, well, you write on a piece of paper or something. And so the sheriff just so happened to have an official receipt book, whatever. He wrote her out a receipt, gave it to her. They went on. About 5 minutes later, she heard bang, 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 bang. Seen the boys, the gang exchange, ran back to her. And he said, Frank, he said, you get a receipt? I said, yeah. Okay. You're paid in full. And they kept staying on their land, right? And what they did is they shot and killed the banker and the sheriff, got their money back. Okay. She's got a receipt that they're paid in full. Okay. I've heard a lot of people tell me, I don't know if that's a well-known lie or if there's some truth.
It's a great story.
You don't know. So, but Jesse was also a very greedy man too. I mean, let's not put like he always gave to the poor, because obviously he didn't, but I believe they did do sometimes like that. I know there's a story about when they robbed a train. Jesse wouldn't rob a guy because he was a veteran and had some sort of like nice ring, and he wouldn't take it because he was a veteran.
That
was nice of him. That was real cool. But so anyway, I don't know what they give, what they don't give. You hear a lot of stories out there. You don't know what's true. But somebody back in that day didn't have a cell phone, so they couldn't take an accurate photo. But my third one would be Billy the Kid.
Okay.
Yeah, because I love that. I love the movie. Young Guns. Anyway, of course, it's not historically accurate. Number two is more accurate than number 1, and number 2 ain't even that accurate. So what's that tell you? Okay. My second one would be, I love this guy, Doc Holliday. Because he kind of rode the fence. He was an outlaw, but he rode the fence with Wyatt Earp, and kind of, he was a marshal at one time. So, and of course, my number 1 would be Jesse. I'm just a huge fan of Jesse James. Love Jesse James on that. Let's see. Dean says Jesse James, Doc Holliday, and Billy the Kid. Hey, he got a camera in here.
Same 3.
Yeah, you see my list. John says, I heard the one you had to be afraid was Frank James. Jesse was a mild compared to Frank. Actually, that is the fact. Here's a factual, true story. You can look it up in Gallatin, Missouri at the courthouse. Frank was one. He was a dangerous individual. Jesse couldn't shoot very well. They make him out to be a great shot. Jesse actually shot multiple times because he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. But Frank was deadly accurate. But Frank was a fighter with his hands. He was tall and he was a fighter. He was at the Gallatin, Missouri sale barn, and he's been on this wagon, and he's been, and he won the bid. This guy looked over and said, "About time you bought one. You stole enough of them." The guy disappeared. They never seen that old boy again. Okay. Frank was a dangerous individual. He really was.
Yeah.
You didn't want to play with Frank.
Well, like my mom used to say, don't call it premenstrual syndrome. Call it restless egg syndrome.
I like it. I like it. And get your mom on line 1. She's a good woman. All right. Your 3 best meals.
Oh, I got 2 right off the top.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Or do you want to go first?
I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
My 3rd best would be a steak dinner with potatoes and all that. I mean, the whole meal. Right. Number 3, pretty simple. I'm a pretty simple guy. Number 2, chicken dinner. I don't want I want fried chicken or regular baked chicken. Don't matter, just chicken. Okay. Of course, number 1 is tacos. What man wouldn't he?
Because.
Yeah.
Just because.
Just because. So what's your 3?
Well, the best meal I ever had, we were at a farm. I think we were a relative's farm. And they had a home prepared meal. They had green beans that had been picked that day. They had a chicken that had been killed that morning. They had a salad from things they just picked that morning. And for dessert, they had an apple pie, and they just picked the apples up off the ground that day. Everything was brand fresh. It was picked that day, and oh my Lord, that was just everything was so good.
Yeah.
Everything.
Just cut the bad spot out and go.
Everything was good.
Wow.
I mean, there was everything was just primo. I was so full, I almost turned down dessert, and I said, well, we made this apple pie from apples we picked up today. I said, well, yeah, let's do it. I was sick afterwards. I ate so much. Oh my God, it was wonderful. Number 2, I'll never forget. It was a very simple meal. I was with a friend, and he had gone to the market that morning, a fish market, and gotten fish and spinach, which I usually don't like. But again, it was fresh picked. Okay. And he baked the fish and squeezed some lemon juice over it, and brought that spinach salad. He made a spinach salad. The main ingredient was spinach, and that was it. That was an iced tea. And that was, man, I can still remember being surprised at how good that tasted. It was just, man, it was just great. I said, do you eat like this all the time? Because this is great. He says, yeah, I go down to the market. I'm like, man, this is wonderful. And the 3rd one, I like nothing better than a big salad. That's got a little bit, what do they call that? A cob salad?
Chef salad?
Chef salad. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got eggs, it's got cheese,
a little bit of meat,
nuts, it's got berries. Yeah, just throw everything in there. I love those. Those are wonderful. With not ranch dressing, because that'll cover up the taste. I need something that'll bring it out, like a balsamic or something.
Nice.
Man, making myself hungry.
That segment sucked.
You want to get something to eat after this?
Yeah, we're gonna knock off here and go to the restaurant before they close. Yeah,
man, you're making me hungry.
Yeah. All right. Your 3 favorite holidays. Because we were way different on the last 3. You go first on this one. 3 favorite holidays.
Oh, Thanksgiving, of course. I tell you what, my family, as you might suspect, my family, my children are just a little off based on their father. And what happens is my daughter married a man who's also very clever.
Okay.
And so what happens when we go over to their house, my daughter's house for Thanksgiving, my son, my older daughter, my youngest daughter, her husband will get into a room, and then they just start riffing on things. And I actually tried to keep up one year, and I could not. And I just sit back. Now I just sit back like I'm at the front row seat of a comedy show. Yeah. And they just go on and on. And oh my God, the laughter is unbelievable. Oh, it just goes on and on. It's so much fun.
Some of the best comedy you and I've ever been involved with is the backstage stuff.
Oh, yeah.
not stuff on stage. I mean, talking to people.
Yeah,
we just go.
Yeah,
because you're free.
Just
you know?
off the top of your head. And they're fast. They're so quick. So I love Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Not for no other reason than. And number 2, of course, is Thanksgiving. Because of the football. You can watch football till your eyes fall out.
It depends. Well, it depends if it's Detroit. I'm tired of seeing Detroit.
No, that's a tradition. They got to do Detroit.
I'll give you, as far as tradition goes, I'll give you that.
Yeah. So
they still suck though.
And well, this year.
Yeah.
Back when Bobby Lane was playing for him.
Well, listen, I used to like watching when Barry Sanders played for him, because Barry Sanders was
a piece of work.
That guy was just amazing.
Yes.
You know, so hey, I don't care if they won or not. I'd be like,
yeah.
Go, Barry.
Yeah.
Go. Get another beer. Go, Barry.
He could make a right angle turn.
They stopped the camera one time when he spun. He laid his ankle flat.
Yeah.
And his leg, so his ankle be laying flat, and his leg come down, and he'd spin on that, and he'd run for 50 yards and catch him.
Yeah.
I did that. I'm going to the hospital. Yeah. There's going to be a rod inserted into my ankle. Okay. All right. And my career, my days are done playing football. Right? But he could torque in ungodly ways when he ran and wide open.
I mean, at full speed.
Yeah, he was just an amazing guy. All right, so give me your number 1.
Well, number 1 is Thanksgiving. Number 2 is Thanksgiving. And number 3 is Christmas. Because it's a family. We all get together on Christmas Eve and open gifts for each other. And then Christmas morning, they each have their own Christmas, just for their own families.
Well, my list is a little bit controversial. All right, my third favorite is Halloween.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just funny to see all the kids have a good time. You know, fat man can eat some candy. You know,
that's if you had candy on Halloween, it doesn't count, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know, last couple of years I got to paint up, put my regalia on, my war club,
nice,
my face paint on for my grandbabies, my rattlesnake helmet, my feathers and stuff. So they get a kick out of it. So I like Halloween. Number 2 is kind of a controversial one for me because I hate it, and it's my second favorite holiday at the same time. And number 2 is Christmas. The whole month of December until after Christmas is my worst year for me. I'm depressed. I don't like the Christmas holiday because it's so materialized.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I've already seen Christmas commercials in October. I've already seen them.
Yep.
2 days ago, they got Christmas movies going on. They pump it up so much and buy. They're always buy instead of give.
Yeah, my son-in-law made an interesting point. He said they're already saying that this supply chain thing is going to ruin Christmas. And they said, what is Christmas? You're missing the point of Christmas. If all you're worried about is buying stuff.
Right. And so it's so monopolized. I mean, and they pump up a big fat man red shirt, which is okay. I'm a fat man. I wear a red shirt. But whether you're religious or not, it's about a birth of Christ. Okay. And then they get mad when you put Christ in it. They want to take Christ out of Christmas and put Xmas. Or they get mad if you have a Christmas party and you got Jesus in a manger. The problem I go with that is, hello, McFly. Christ, Christmas, Christ.
The word is in the word.
That's his manger. That's it. Who else you want to put in it? Chucky? You know, it's his manger.
It's not Mattel.
Right.
It's Christmas.
So, but I like it because I like to give. I make my wife happy. My kids and grandkids just have a great time. You know, the family gets together and puts a tree up and decorate. That's all great. So I'm kind of on the fence. You know, it's a bad year for me. It's my second favorite holiday, but it's also my worst holiday. Number one, I almost said taco. Number 1 holiday, of course, because I'm red blood and I bleed red. It's 4th of July. I absolutely love 4th of July. I can drink a little more than I should. I get to play with fireworks. You know, I get to run around America all the time, act like a fool. That's one time a year my wife gets away from me, lets me act like a fool. Okay, I can thump loud music, you know, from Metallica to 2 Live Crew to Bo Cephas and Waylon. It doesn't make no difference. Okay, it's a 4th of July.
An eclectic musical taste.
That's right, and I've earned the right to do that because all the injuries I suffered in the military and being a veteran, I earned the right to do that. So she understands it, and of course, don't let her fool nobody. She's right there with me. Okay, she's over 50 now. She's over trying to do the
trying to keep up.
Trying to shake down with the girls like, sweetheart, I love you, baby, but there's a reason we're in our 50s. Come on over here. Sitting there, daddy. So 4th of July is my number 1.
I like it. It's good. Or as my mom used to say, how come no one has invented a smoke alarm that turns itself off when you yell, "I'm just cooking"?
Yeah, or put like the clapper on. Have done. Clap on, clap on. Yeah. Why? That's one of those things. What? How come? Yeah. Have you ever took a poop so messy you had to take a shower?
Now, see, there you are.
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, we don't need to.
I'm asking for a friend. Well, I was thinking earlier because I took his poop and I thought I was going to shower afterwards. I'm just wondering if that's normal. If a person ever poops so bad and so nasty that they had to shower. Vegetables you won't eat.
Oh, no question. I can't think of it right now. I'm thinking about what my mom used to say.
She's an intelligent lady.
Yeah, she used to say, exercise. I thought you said extra fries.
There you go.
I'll think of it here in a minute. You go ahead. What's one?
CO Julie, welcome. We were just talking about some of your expertise a while ago. Thanks for joining us. Some things I won't eat. I won't eat spinach. I'll knuckle up.
I just had some today.
That stuff in the can. Listen, it might be the greatest thing. It might be the healthiest thing, but I can't get past the smell of that stuff. It's just, I've never eaten it, ever. I don't like it. I used to eat sardines. Used to love them. I was a little kid, a big afro. You run around with cowboy boots on eating sardines all the time. My mom made my mom disgustingly sick, she said, right? I can't eat sardines.
Yeah.
I can't eat them now. But, so spinach, beets. I won't eat beets. I won't. I say I won't eat sweet potatoes, but my wife convinced me. She swears up and down I ate it, and I swear up and down I knew she tried to trick me, and I didn't eat it because I sensed it. I got spidey senses.
You ever had sweet potato French fries? They're good.
Somebody else said that too. I've never had that.
Yeah.
So those guaranteed I won't eat that. Those two vegetables I will not eat. I'll try any other vegetable. Try it, eat it, but I will not eat spinach. I will not eat beets.
Just a word of caution. If somebody offers you okra, just say no thanks.
Let's see. Dean Cerny right here. He won't eat okra. He hates it so much he didn't put no. He's put okra.
Yeah.
He won't eat it.
No.
I've never had it.
Ill-conceived.
I won't eat it because I never had it. I've heard a lot of things about it.
I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts. I think that was a mistake. The whole Brussels sprouts concept.
Yeah, it's not good.
Was a mistake.
It's not good. I've eaten it, so I can't say I won't eat it.
I've eaten it, but it was under duress.
Yeah, it's still under protest. Yeah. There was another one I had coming in here too. Well, I've never had any squash, and I don't know if that's a vegetable or not, but I've never had it.
No, it's good.
I don't like tomatoes. Now, I've eaten tomatoes, so I can't put that on the list because I'll eat it. If you chop a tomato up, I'll eat it. If you slice it, put it on a burger, I'll toss it out in the yard. I like it.
That seems a little overreaction.
I think so. I think I need a class for that. I hate a class for that. Judy said, I hate leeches.
Leeches.
I don't know. She's from Australia. Maybe that's some type of. Yeah, I could be saying it wrong. Leeches.
Lychees? I'm not sure what that is.
I won't eat it because I don't even know what it is. So I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that at all. Okay. What condiment? I didn't say condom, Dean. The condiment will you not eat?
Oh, sweet relish.
Really? Pickle relish?
Yeah, made with that. I'll eat dill pickles, but sweet pickles, I don't.
Really?
Not a fan. Not a fan. I mean,
Okay.
I've done it just to say I've done it, but it's like somebody can think this is good eating. I don't know.
Oh,
sweet pickles.
That stuff my uncle had, he used to eat it all the time when he's getting. It comes in like a sausage roll, but in the center it's real pate, like it's got liver's worth.
You don't like that?
Oh, that's disgusting.
All right.
Disgusting. My uncle would eat that crap like it's free. If I was a POW and they fed me okra, I'd starve to death. I'd rather eat dirt. There you go, Dean. There you go. Julie, which she's from Australia.
Light cheese. Let's say it like that. She says light cheese.
Light cheese.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, light cheese.
Probably just as well. We don't eat it.
She's a good fan of ours. She's from Australia.
Good.
I don't know what time it is.
Hello.
There, I think this is her morning time. She just got up.
12 hours off?
12 or 13 hours ahead of us. Like, yeah, this is her. I remember this is her morning when we go on. She's having a cup of coffee.
Peak 5.
So, yeah. Anyway,
5:30 in the morning.
Like cheese. Yeah, liver's worth. Oh, I could eat that. He'd say, "You want something like?" No, he take old pocket knife out. You know how men don't clean our pocket knives very well. He don't. He cough. Okay. be gnawing on that stuff. I'm over trying to grab my gut and keep them shit in my pants. God, this is nasty. It's 8:49 a.m.
Okay.
So
that's a lot more reasonable than 5:30 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, if she's not watching that, she's dedicated.
I was getting concerned for Julie.
She either ain't sleeping or she's dedicated.
Well, like my mom used to say, let's all take a moment to be grateful our internal organs don't itch.
What if an organ did itch?
A wonderfully wise woman.
Yes, she was. Yeah, it's Wednesday already. Yeah. Well, 8:49.
Yeah, they're ahead of
lets
us.
me know that she's up and going. At 5:30 is a problem. She's either can't sleep or she likes this so much that she has to see us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Either way,
pretty sure that ain't.
Either way, it's a sign.
Yeah, sign.
Something's not right.
I need to call.
That's what she needs.
I'd have to call for a wellness check in Australia.
Yeah, need this.
Where's she at? Well, I don't know. She's in Australia somewhere, but we want to do a wellness check on her.
The phone number thing might come in handy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got those things to take care of.
Well, you know what my mom used to say?
No, I don't anymore. I don't know your mom anymore.
She
very, very smart lady, though.
She used to say she was allergic to food that she didn't like. She said it was just easier that way.
Dean wants to know, what's that condiment from Australia that shit they put on toast? I won't eat that crap again either.
I'm not.
I know
was
what
it
you're talking
fish
about.
Made out of fish or something? Dingo? Was it a dingo sauce?
Julie says it's Vegemite. Oh crap!
Vegemite is a paste, isn't it?
Yeah,
comes in a tube or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think it was
Julie, give us a term definition of that, please. All right, we're gonna move on here real quick while waiting on that. Okay, Mr. David Scott.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn the floor over to you for a second. You got some information for us that you want to read about Vegemite. Yeah, Dean said it. He says nasty, disgusting. He ain't having none of it. Zero. All right. I'm gonna give it to you. Kind of lead us into us and tell us the story on this deal. What you got here?
I saw a thing on the internet that somebody said that 988 number is going to be activated. And I said,
okay,
what are you talking about?
988. So let's go through this. We got 911 as an emergency.
Right.
We got a certain number you dig when somebody's gonna dig a hole.
That's right. That's a 411. That's a different
411.
In Kansas
that's
City,
information. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got those things. So 988.
And 988 is. It says here, all phone service providers to route calls made to 988 to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline by summer of next year, summer of 2022.
So this is going to be national. It's not just one state. This is going to be national.
Right. Okay. Exactly. And everybody thought that was a great idea. Of course, it will require more people to man those lines. You know, if you make it easier to get to, more people are going to get to it, which
Absolutely.
is good.
Yes.
But it's going to require more people manning those lines.
Right.
But the latest twist is the federal government will consider requiring phone carriers to implement text messaging for distressed individuals. And they said, why? And they say, well, to truly impact at-risk communities, including our youth, we must acknowledge that texting is the primary form of communication.
All right.
And that is true. I heard Mike Golick, telling a story about one time he was sitting on the couch. His son was on one side, his daughter was on the other side. He said he was just carrying on a conversation, just talking to him. And then all of a sudden his daughter laughed. And he said, "What are you laughing at?" She said, I said, he turned to his son, "Did you just text her?" So they communicate by texting. Yeah.
So let's unravel a little bit of this here.
Okay.
988.
Yeah.
I mean, like we can't hardly remember everything else that's going on. Now we got to remember 988. Where's the 88 on the phone? I got the 9 part. Where's the 88? Okay.
Oh no, 988.
Yeah. See, I don't call emergency because I can't find 11 on the phone.
Yeah, and they used to call it 911. Now they call it 911.
Yeah,
because people were looking for the 11.
Yeah, I still do. I can't. I don't know. Anyway, so where's the 88?
988.
So 988. Well, I'm okay with that. For suicide and I'm okay with that. The call. I'm okay with people showing up. Is somebody going to actually be there? Because how many stories you heard across America where veterans, let's take veterans for example, veterans drive to the VA, they go in and it's so chaotic they can't get in, they go out and kill themselves in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if it makes it, if it's a better program to help people expedite the process, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The texting thing.
Because
Yeah.
you know what? Did you know people were actually texting to 911 because
Yeah.
they were so uncomfortable making a phone call?
Yeah.
Same argument.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's quicker too. Like if people live in the same household got a beef with each other, they're always texting. They don't think much about that.
Yeah.
You know that. You know, and the pizza thing. You know, you call police station, order pizza. That's now code. You know that you need help. You give them an address and they come to your house for pizza. But that's stupid because the other person knows that same trick too. They know all about the pizza thing. I don't want to say it's stupid or insensitive. I mean, it just, it gives it away. That's what I meant by that. So yeah, I don't care. Okay. You know, they did a survey in my state in Australia to see how many people knew our emergency number. More than 50% thought it was 911.
Mm-hmm.
That's only
That's how well known it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're hoping that 988 could actually be for any mental crisis, but primarily that means suicide.
Right now, so is this sponsored by the VA thing, or is this the government sponsored?
Oh, it's government.
Okay, so
requiring the phone carriers.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran or who you are.
Yeah, because there is a number you can call for suicide prevention, but it's 10 digits. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and that for them to take that number and put it down to a simple number, I'm all for that.
Yeah,
whatever.
Absolutely,
makes it easier. My neighbor, I've told this story before. My neighbor, he was an Army veteran, older guy. We had a big age gap, and sometimes we didn't see eye to eye, but sometimes we did. And he committed suicide in his house.
I'm sorry.
The day he did, he sat down and wrote his letter. Or no, he didn't write his letter. I'm sorry. He got a phone call from his doctor. They said, "Well, we got good news and bad news." Well, he's been dealing with cancer for 10 years. He got one cancer. He got it, took care of. Okay. He's dealt with some other complications from cancer, pneumonia real bad. He's bedridden for a while. He makes the most beautiful cabinets you've ever seen in your life. That's how skilled this man was. He can measure down to the hair, right, and be perfect. And he started getting better and worse. Well, he finally got this particular day. He got a phone call. Said, "Well, the cancer's got here, but now you got to get in a major organ." And he felt like he just wasn't He just felt there was nothing for him.
Yeah,
he didn't want to live no more. For that.
He was tired of fighting.
His kids were at school. His wife was gone.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do it in the house.
He just checked out.
So he went out to get in his truck. He was going to drive somewhere else and do it.
Right.
He didn't want to do it in his house. Went out and his truck wouldn't start.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that made him think, like, what else? He's, I made him think I'm tired. Well, he goes in and writes a letter, and he put that in there. He goes, I might have just took a ride and talked myself out of it. But when I went out, my truck wouldn't start and everything else. He said that was a sign to me, which wasn't a sign. It was just a mechanical thing that goes bad. He said, "So I love you guys." I'm, a whole bunch of intimate stuff to his wife, and he went over, sat in a chair. He took a 12-gauge slug, put it underneath his chin, and took the top part of his head off. The slug went out through the ceiling of his house. Okay. I checked my mailbox. It was like 10 something in the morning. I checked my mailbox and I heard a bang. I didn't think nothing about it because I live deep in the country, and we got people out there hunt all the time and have a hunting club. Didn't think nothing about it. Went in my day. About 11:10, I was sitting watching Walker Texas Ranger. I remember I was watching Walker Texas Ranger, and I was working on some stuff for comedy. I seen his car go up, and they were his caregivers. Okay. And then all of a sudden they come back fast, and the lady was sitting sideways, and she was frantically doing this like she was talking to her husband, and she was just frantic. I'm thinking, what is this about? And they left. I'm thinking, well, maybe Johnny cussed him out and threw him out. I didn't know because he kind of an ogre, Well, that night, my wife and I decided we were going to go out and have a date night. No kids around. We was at the restaurant. My neighbor calls me. He said, "Hey, brother, what are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "We got a problem at the house." I said, "Well, what my sons do now?" I figured they had the four-wheelers out and they were out, acting like fools. He said, "No, Johnny shot himself." It hit me hard because I heard that go off.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah.
So being the weirdo that I am, after they left the corner, but I walked up and looked at it. I want to look through the window. And I just want to see because I'm an idiot. I looked through there and you could see the blood and the brains went down the hallway. And it was a nasty mess. And I talked to his wife and she couldn't stand up. It hit her and she fell down because he left behind two boys with her and then some older kids with his other wife, right, who passed on. and his boys went about half off their bubble. They were well-behaved boys, and he was alive. But one of them could hit a baseball drive at 325 yards in high school. Okay, he can hit. Had plans to go to college and all this. I don't know what he does now. I hadn't seen him in a while. They're all messed up, and it took him a while to process it. Yeah, I mean, they'd fly around I live up a dead-end road in the country, and they'd fly the road in the car, and they'd do donuts and everything. One of my neighbors finally jerked one of them out. He was a teenager. He jerked him out of the car. And he did a man-to-man thing. He said, "Hey, I'm sorry your dad died. We all sorry. We loved him. But you can't be acting like this. It's self-destructive, and you're going to tear something, and you're going to kill yourself." And because he did that, kind of brought him back in focus a little bit. It took one of the neighbors to do it, So I've seen it, and it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It might have ended his torture, but the ripple effect of that with his sons and everything. And
there was the former football coach of University of Florida, whose name will occur to me on the ride home tonight, was a potential suicide. His life just started going down, deep depression.
Oh.
And his
college coach?
Yeah, University of Florida. And when he came out of it, he said, when I was in my worst condition, I thought that me checking out would help everybody, when in fact it would have hurt everybody. But he said my thinking was so twisted, that seemed like a good plan at the time. Yeah, so just the opposite is true. Yeah, it's sad. So anyway, if this 988 comes into next summer, I think that'll be an enormous help.
Now to do it, we're also texting is fine, calling, but I think maybe I'll go a little bit further, put something where if you're on a computer, because a lot of people spend a lot of time on the computer anymore, right? And you can just click something on a computer, and it says you're in distress.
Like an icon?
An icon or something like that, You know what I'm saying? Just to help somebody, because surveys say 80% of Americans spend 80% of the time on a computer.
Well, yeah, on their phones.
Either where it's at work, phone, setting up things, whatever. They're always on the computer. I mean, this counts as we're on the computer now. Right. And it's such a stigma. People don't want to talk. And I tell everybody, and you've ran across this people too, being in our line of work, people that are afraid are macho, especially men. They're macho. They don't want to talk about, ain't nothing wrong with my head. Well, brother, I had to get to them. So coming from the fighting background, MMA background, tough guy. There's no doubt. I didn't want to admit that I have issues. I said, well, I can get through that. Drinking, that'll help you. Well, guess what?
It's a lonely...
drinking didn't help me.
It's a lonely...
And finally,
lonely existence when you're like that.
It is. It's very lonely. I had a good... I got a good wife. And she goes, look, she came to me one day, and I don't tell everybody the story, but since you're like a brother to me, I'll tell you this. My wife, and you know my wife, she came to me one day, she goes, you know what? I've never known you to lose anything in your life. You're a very competitive person. You do research, you study everything for football, baseball, you want the odds of everything. But you're losing your family. And you don't lose. You need to go get help. I'm not going to bitch at you, nag at you. You already know that you need help. That bottle ain't helping you. I never abused my wife. I've never hit my woman. Okay. Never hit my kids. Although some of them, thinking back, I probably should have, but I never did. And she goes, you need to go get help. I said, and I knew I had PTSD issues. I didn't want to admit it. I was fighting it. Tough guy. I go there and it wasn't like I thought. They didn't judge me. They knew what I was capable of doing. They just want to get my head right. And I got a foot in the door with them. Other avenues helped me. I got back into comedy. I took a long layoff from comedy and got back into it. And that really helped me also. And then the medication helps. It does. Putting down that bottle was one of the best things.
Step one.
And taking that medicine was because the medicine. Now, medicine's not a cure all. I'm not preaching that to anybody, but it's a lot better than drinking beer. Now, and I'm not one of the guys that can drink 2 or 3 beers. I drink 6, 12, 15. Power drinker. It doesn't work. If you drink for fun, that's great. But
it's not medicinal. Yeah, it turns out alcohol is a depressant. It should be the exact opposite of what you want to do when you're depressed.
Well, see, you know what? We're going to talk about that a little bit here because I always wanted to have that conversation. I'm glad you brought that up, and it's unscripted, by the way. And thank you for that. How is alcohol a depressant? When you drink enough of it, you fight, your mouth gets to running, You get violent. You keep wanting to go. You get courage to do things. I've been around enough people. My uncles are power drinkers. I've been around the scene enough. I don't think it's depressant. It's more of a stimulant to me.
At the beginning, it is a stimulant. But if you drink, when I drank, I was drank by myself in the basement.
Okay,
that's not a good thing. That's the worst case scenario. But no, alcohol is a depressant. You can ask any medical professional. It'll knock you out.
Right, I do, and I understand what they say, but I have a good point too. I've seen it so much that
what it does is releases inhibitions. It strips those away, so
it takes the filters away.
Yeah, and then you're bare. Yeah, all your nerves are exposed. But over time, if you keep drinking all night, you're going to go to sleep because it is a depressant.
Yeah, and put you to sleep. Yeah. And I can see, and like I said, but I did have one doctor say, I don't know, because you're right. Because in this day and age, people just don't drink one or two anymore. They go and they go and they go and they go because I want to relieve that stress. Pretty soon they're ready to fight and run around. And then, like you said, the end result is you're going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You're either going to die because alcohol poisoning, or you're just going to pass out.
Yep.
The problem is still there the next day, however. Okay,
that's something that never comes up while you're drinking,
right?
Yeah. My daughter wrote a joke. It's like, how come everybody? And he says, you're in the middle of having a good time, and somebody comes in, hey guys, I think we should all go home and go to bed because you got a big day tomorrow. Yeah. Nobody ever says that.
That's the depressing part. That's actually depressing right there.
Nobody ever says that.
I'm gonna steal part of that. All right, let's go. We got people watching here. Thank you all for tuning in. We're here with you're watching W Radio Show. We're here with David Scott, a real good friend of mine. I'd say it's probably about accurate.
You're very kind.
You're very kind. Thank you very much. Because I could beat him up, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah. Rip my mustache off, we wouldn't be friends anymore.
Yeah, but no, I love him. He's a great friend of mine. He's performing November 6th. You guys come see him. He's a joy to watch. He's the only guy I know who can put his underwear on the outside of his pants, put on welding goggles, and rap about emojis.
And get paid for it.
And get paid for it, and not get booed, not get thrown out.
And not get taken to some kind of facility.
You know how many times I've had him up here in Redneckville, and the rednecks love him. Rednecks normally throw a guy. What is this guy? They grab him and throw him out. They applaud this guy. They give him standing ovation.
Something is wrong. What's wrong with this country?
Yeah, they're laughing. They enjoy it so much. They're like, I ain't kicking his ass. This guy's funny. Because the first time I seen you put your underwear inside your pants, I was thinking, oh, he's gonna get beat up. He's gonna get thrown the hell out.
This is not gonna end well.
No, then you, and I know you forget your glasses on purpose because that's part of your bit. You go back and get your welding glasses. I see these rednecks step forward. I'm like, oh, here we go. They're gonna rush him, right? Then all of a sudden you do that, and they're like, oh, this is awesome. They sit back in a chair. Next thing you know, they're stomping.
Yeah.
With that beat, and it's just awesome to see that. It's freaking hilarious.
Over time, my bit has gotten more physical.
Yeah,
it's a lot of audience participation, a lot of moving around, a lot of laughs.
Judy said her relatives are depressant. That's probably why the alcohol's are depressant because, yeah. All right, guys. Anyway, we got him here. He's a good guy. He's gonna be November 6th. Come see him. He's got the trivia. And so we're getting close. It's getting fuller. We got stuff coming from other hosts who might show up to the event, might not. But anyway,
actually, the mystery box is not over there. Rich has moved it, and its location is a mystery.
Yes. Do you know what we did one time about the mystery box? We hid it in Jeff Onyx's trunk of his car.
He couldn't find it.
No, and we had people driving to him looking for it, knocking on his door and stuff. What are you guys talking about? Ain't nobody went out there, and the mystery box was in the trunk of his car at one time. He's like, oh, you sons of... He said, what if I show up at Warrior Fest late now, assholes? But we had people, where's Jeff? Worried about where Jeff was. And he was freaking out. What's everybody keep calling me for? So get your pads, get your fingers ready for new trivia. All right, since we're getting close, we're going to give 20 entries, a question. I don't know how many questions he's got. 20 entries, a question. The mystery box is getting full. Okay. There's all kind of swag. There's weirdo stuff in there. There's some good stuff. There's no adult toys in there, Dean. So no, it's not happening. Might have somebody want to donate some. I'm not judgmental, okay? But anyway, there's none of that in there as of yet.
Family of spiders is in there. It's a little bit of everything.
Could be a couple cockroaches.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's a mystery box. So here we go. He's going to ask questions. First one with the answer. You know how it works. Ready? Go.
What pop vocal group performed at the wedding in the movie Bridesmaids? What pop vocal group performed at the wedding in Bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids. Movie Bridesmaids.
Yeah, that's trivial trivia.
Mm-hmm. We got people looking that up because I see we lost some people. So they're going to look at it. We got people looking at it right now.
Google is crashing as we speak because so many people want to know the answer.
What's that Ron White says? You got banks at NASA kicking on. And very funny comedian, Ron White.
We're going to get an answer here in a minute.
Yeah, anyway. We'll get one. So tell me, when's the first time you worked with Richard Montano?
My first time meeting him was at an open mic at the I'll think of the name of it in a little bit.
Sanford?
No, it's on North Oak in Kansas City.
Okay, we have somebody gave us an answer. Wilson Phillips.
That's it.
Okay, John,
you're the man.
John got 20, so I'll write him down. John, here's the deal on this mystery box. If what we're going to do at the November 6th show, we'll draw names. Everybody gets entries in this thing, and if your name comes up, it's automatic. Okay, your name comes up, I'll send you the mystery box, or you can come down to November 6th, watch they perform, hang out. We'll do the mystery box about partway through the show. Whoever draws name, whoever wins gets it. If you're not there, I will reach in my pocket and mail it to you. Okay. Last time I mailed it to Ohio to Dean Cerny, it cost me $40. So that's how big the box is, and so so if you win, you get it. So you get 20 right now.
Anyway, so the Richard Montano story. There's the bar called the Hideout. It's off of North Oak and may have been Kansas City. It may have been Clayco. May have been
we were just there.
Yeah,
Shawnee Mission.
No, there's another one.
Oh.
Anyway, well, I don't know if it's there anymore.
Okay.
But anyway, I walked in. My son got me involved. He said, "Dad, I started doing stand-up comedy. You should come do some." And I said, "Okay." And so I walked in there, didn't know anybody. And the only guy I knew in the entire room was my son. That was it. I mean, I knew none of these guys. And Richard Montano was. He wasn't even running it. He wasn't even hosting the open mic. He came up to me and he introduced himself and he offered to buy me a drink. And he sat down. "How long you been doing stand-up? We're glad to have you." I mean, he was very, very welcoming. He just made me feel very comfortable and glad to be there. And then Jared Langley was the one running the open mic.
Okay.
And so I went up and did okay. I mean, I remembered almost everything I wanted to say, which of course is the hard part with the first time you do it.
Right. And a lot of people out there don't know what open mic is. It's not really a comedy set. You're working on some stuff that you're building, you're putting together. And so that's just a easy audience of other comedians to try your new material out on.
Right.
There's guys who walk up with notebooks and there's,
Yeah. Guys go up and read their jokes.
Yeah. And that's okay. As far as that goes, open mic. Yeah.
And everybody gets 5 minutes and basically you can say anything you want.
Yeah. 5 minutes sometimes hard if you're a storyteller comedian because you got to condense that joke down.
You got to cut it. Yeah. You got to cut it back.
And you got to cut it back enough where it's still funny. Okay.
But he was a gentleman.
Yeah, he was.
Very impressed.
Good dude. Love Richard. Only thing with this, he voted for Biden. That's the only thing. He's going to call me here a little bit too. He's going to give me a hard time watching. Okay. Question number 2.
Yes.
Same thing, guys. 20 entries. Okay.
What real life, on again, off again, Hollywood couple starred in the movie Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? What real life Hollywood couple starred in the movie Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Virginia Woolf. I actually had trouble with Virginia Woolf one time. He was eating the sheep in my pasture when I lived outside Richmond. He was a Virginia
Woolf. Yeah. Judy's little spud Romaine said, "I would make a very good comedian. My delivery's bad." Well, here's the thing about being a comedian. There's a lot of people that think because they're a smart ass, they're a good comedian. And that might work one or two in small crowds, but there's an art to being a comedian. One, you have to hold the crowd. That's an essential. You have to hold the crowd. You got to make somebody want to come back and see you. Anybody could be a loudmouth, smartass. There's a difference. Well, I've seen a lot of people get up on there and they bomb. They're bomb because they want to talk about something they think is important, and it might just be them and one other person, okay, and not to the crowd.
Well, I mean, you can stand up there and be a smartass, and for 5 minutes and say, well, okay, thank you. But if you're up there every week being a smartass, people are going to say,
right.
When does the comedy start?
Yeah. I mean, you and me feel the same way about porn. Porn is a private issue. If you watch porn, that's your business. Keep that at your house. But we see these comedians get up all the time talking about porn. I'm thinking,
for the next time some comedian says, you guys like porn, as started their bit, I'm going to yell out, no, think of something else to talk about.
That's such low-hanging fruit, and everybody's did it.
Thank you. Low-hanging fruit is the exact right.
I got porn jokes too, but it's about my real life. Mine are some real life porn jokes, not no stuff I watch.
We still can't find an answer to my question.
Say it again.
All right.
Dean's driving.
What real life couple actors starred in the movie Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? The male and female actors, leads in the movie, were actually power couple.
And John, if you're watching, you can answer this question too. You can answer all of them if you want to, just because you want
another 20 entries.
Yeah, he can. If you get all good, Dean one time, Dean come on and swept every question before. I've seen him do it. So, but you can. Dean says I can't be a comedian. I'm just a loudmouth dumbass. First, you ain't a dumbass. You're a very brilliant guy.
See that, but basically,
but you know your limits.
That's the only requirement to be at an open mic.
Yeah, just be a dumbass.
No, just be a loudmouth dumbass. Yeah, that's you're come on down.
Yeah.
But after 4 or 5 weeks of just being a loudmouth dumbass, people are going to say, you're not really serious about this, are you?
Yeah.
Because you have to hone your jokes, hone your material, get the audience involved. I mean,
you're going to have to put some time in on that mic.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
We had a guy come to Warrior Fest a couple years ago. He was an aspiring comedian, and he was good in a crowd of 10. And his friends and family just have him rolling stitches.
Yeah.
Well, so can just about everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
You do family things. And he wanted to, so I said, all right, I'll carve you out 3 minutes. Go up there. This is Warrior Fest. Go up there, and go. And he shows up and he said, man, there's a lot of good comedians here. He already got nervous right out of the bat because you were there. You intimidated him. Richard intimidated him because Richard can do that. But Richard's a guy. So he says, but I'm going to do it. Then he came to me and said, can I come back tomorrow? I said, okay, we'll be here tomorrow. He comes back next day. He got up there and he was just terrible, just sucked. But I promised him 3. I gave him the 3. He come to me and goes, man, I ain't gonna be no comedian. Not on a big scale. Fuck this. I mean, he was all kind of F this and everything. He knew. He said, I got more respect for you boys. He said, how you all do this? I don't know.
Yeah.
My God. He said, you guys got jokes for days.
The trick is making it look easy. That's the trick.
Yeah. What they don't know is here's the deal about. You got somebody typed it with an
There it is, Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. There you are, Julie.
All right, Julie.
Cashing in. Man, I hope you don't have to mail her the
Oh my God.
mystery box.
I'll have to get a paper route.
That'll set you back.
Get a paper route.
That's right. You have to start collecting aluminum cans on the side of the road.
I mean, my wife reminds me. She goes, you have a little bit of money. She goes, I know you're not a poor man. She goes, but goddamn, easy, baby. Don't cuss like that about the Lord. She goes, well, damn. Because you're wasteful. She said, you're just wasteful. But so if Julie wins, I'm gonna be like, this is some bullshit.
You're gonna have to stop buying comic books for a couple of weeks.
I'll be like the election. I want to recount.
That's right.
This is bullshit. Somebody rigged the machines.
Something ain't right.
I just hear Julie. Well, no, you said you'd send it. Damn it, I'm a man of my word. But
good
Christ.
luck, Julie. Julie offered to pay half the shipping. No. That's
no. I'm a man of my word. I'll break it down to 3 boxes. I'll send a box a week.
That's right. You may not get it all at once.
Yeah, it might be 6 months before she gets it over there.
As soon as the ship arrives, it'll get there.
Julie's gonna cuss me out.
Put it on a slow boat.
She's gonna hit me private message and cuss me out. If I win, I'll pay half the shipping. No, Dean offered to pay $40 shipping last year. Nope. I'm a man of my word. Dean, I didn't make him pay nothing. So I won't do that to you. But thanks, Jude. I appreciate that. Okay. Question number 3.
All right. In what 1976 thriller. Does Robert De Niro say, famously, "You talking to me"? In what 1976 thriller does Robert De Niro famously say, "You talking to me"? And as it turns out, he was.
Was it?
Curiously, he was talking.
I think it's this one.
So,
was it this movie?
No.
Ooh. Oh, then it had to be. Julie, just seeing her. She says Scarface.
No,
it's not.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but my mom wrote a cookbook that did not. We're still waiting for sales to go off on this cookbook. It was entitled "It's Expired, Throw It Away." We're still waiting.
Here's Dean says Taxi.
Almost correct.
Almost correct. Was there a limo movie?
Taxi Driver by John Bonnekamp is correct.
Taxi Driver.
Oh, John Bonnekamp scoring 40 points. Oh, he's on a roll. He must be butter. He's on a roll.
All right. Do you have any more? Or is that all you got?
Trivia?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I got a bunch.
I would do. All right, let's do one more.
Okay.
Here we go, guys. One more.
Some of these are easier than others.
Well, those are my questions.
Oh, here we go. What's the name of the dance near the beginning of the movie, the Rocky Horror Picture Show? There's a dance at the beginning of the movie. What is the name of the dance near the beginning of the movie, the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Well, like my mom used to say, what doesn't kill you is probably a squirrel. Squirrels, as it turns out, are terrible assassins.
Okay, here we go. Julie says Time Warp.
That's it, Julie. Money.
Julie, man, she hit it today. Good job, Julie. I'll give these to the guy with the phone that has that little thing in it that rotates the names. And all right, let's get in. Take a moment off from hearing us two talk about frivolous crap. Let's get into quickly rising one of our favorite segments of us. Let's get into Pimp's Pets. The name was brought to you by Dean Cerny. He's the one who came up with the name of that. Okay, this Pimp's Pet is called the Poodle Moth. And you can see why they call it the Poodle Moth.
Is that a moth that looks like a poodle or a poodle that looks like a moth?
Well, I'm not sure. It says the Venezuelan poodle moth is a moth photographed in 2009 by, holy crap, that's like a 10-word name. Kai Grestani, zoologist David Arthur Acker. We figure for where he's from, he'd have a more complex name than that, wouldn't you? Like an English name. It's a region of Venezuela, is where it's from. The name derives from comparisons of its physical appearance to the cross between a moth and a poodle. So technically, there's no canine in it. Okay. Dr. Acker took a total of 75 photos of the species, yet only a few are available to view, and you get to see them. So that's a weird little moth. Look at the bug eyes on that thing.
Wait a minute. You're saying a bug has bug eyes?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It looks like a spider there and a big old spider bug eye.
What the hell's going on with that?
I don't know. That's kind of bullshit, isn't it?
You never see a bug and say, look at the horse eyes on that thing.
I know it. That's kind of discriminative. You know what I'm saying? That's profile. So there you go. What'd you think about that pet?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a pet.
Yeah.
A moth.
Yeah.
Have a moth as a pet.
Yeah. I'm a weird.
Norm Macdonald famously told a moth joke on the Carson show. He made it like a 5-minute joke. Would you like to hear the joke?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This moth goes into a podiatrist office.
Oh, here we go.
And the podiatrist says, "Can I help you?" And the moth goes into this story. He was abandoned as a kid. Nobody loves him. He had a drinking problem. And he goes, "Oh, this list goes on and on."
Okay.
And the podiatrist finally says, well, I understand you're having some difficulty, but I think you should be talking to a psychiatrist. I'm a podiatrist. Why did you come to my office? And the moth says, well, your light was on.
There you go.
There you are.
All right, I'm gonna show you a picture. One of the new segments that I'm gonna start next season, right, is I'm gonna put up a picture, and I just want to see all the comments of what you comment on it, what you think. It's got some of these will have a subtitle already. Some of them don't. Ignore them. I want to know what you think. Upside down potato head looks like Steve Harvey.
Yes,
and it actually does.
I saw that the other day. It's like, yeah, you're exactly correct.
So we'll go here in the comments now, and we'll do this. I'll do this for a little bit. You guys, tell me what you think. See, done.
That's right. Dun, dun, dun. Like
Yep.
think something evil is going to happen here in just a
Or
second.
ESPN or something. Yeah. Dun.
Da 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 da.
There ain't much more way to describe that. That exactly like Steve Harvey. He needs a little like deal in his hand, like he's doing a what is that, Family Feud? Yeah, a little Family Feud card in his hand.
Yeah.
Survey said.
Yeah. Did you? Here's an interesting
Look at
something.
That's Steve Harvey. That's good.
Something you probably didn't know. My mom kept 6 wigs in her car at all times. And I said, why do you do that? She said, so I can go back for more free samples. Wonderfully wise woman, my mom.
Yes, she is. She is. Can't wait to meet her.
You missed your. I'm afraid you missed your chance.
No, well, it depends on who you ask. Wife says keep messing around. I'll meet her more than fast on YouTube.
You're gonna meet her tonight if you keep messing around.
Yeah. So, Judy said, "Yep, looks just like him. It does. Yeah. Whoever did that should get it. Whoever's hand that is, and whoever did that, actually, I should send them some entries in the mystery box because that's pretty cool."
Yep.
All right. Let's get him off there. Okay.
Who else we got?
Here's one more.
All right. Oh.
Those 2 of the baddest men on the planet. I don't care what anybody says right there. They're actually real good friends. They taught each other. And here's the backstory about this. A lot of people don't know. Chuck Norris taught Bruce Lee how to kick. Bruce Lee taught Chuck Norris how to use his hands and parry away and take less damage.
Really?
Yeah. And then if you go online and look it up and listen to Chuck Norris talk about it. Chuck Norris cried when Bruce Lee died because they worked out together. That scene, that fight scene, in that movie Enter the Dragon where they fought each other, kill. There was no off. They choreographed themselves. There was nobody standing over there. I mean, who's going to be over here trying to teach the 2 greatest in the world how to do it? You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's the time you get out of the way and you shut up and you run the camera. And they worked this out. They worked that movie out together. Okay, I'll do this. Chuck says, well, if we do this, let's do this. And back and forth. I watched the documentary and it's very good. But if I was going to commentate that, I'd say that's a pair to draw to.
Say it again. It's a what?
A pair to draw to.
A pair to draw to. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
No better pair. Yeah.
Yep. That's a strong.
Huey and Louie. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah.
You still looking?
No lie, that's Elvis and Jackie Chan.
That's right. That's who that is.
Pelosi would prefer her pants of Chuck Norris for president.
Yeah.
Pelosi
would prefer if Chuck Norris were president.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
She pee her pants. She made a correction. She pee her pants at Chuck Norris president. Yeah. Well, here's a joke about Chuck Norris. It's going to piss some women off. Chuck Norris could go to a feminist rally, and when he's done, his shirt's ironed, his pants are ironed, and he's got a sandwich made.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I love Chuck.
Yeah.
I love Chuck. All right.
One time, I'm not sure you knew this, Richard. One time my mom said, do you believe in fate and destiny? I said, no. Well, why not? And I said, those are strippers.
Yeah. I'm not funding them. Yeah. And here's one I put up a couple different times. I put up again because it's funny to me. Fully vaccinated man dies of COVID. Doctors claim that the result could have been worse if we did not have vaccine.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, because if he had not had the vaccine, he would have lingered, and they would have made more money off of him. They would have had to put him on a ventilator,
Yeah.
and those things are crazy expensive.
Well, the funny part is that there's no end result but death. Death's like the final.
Yeah,
I mean,
the-
what could do before they buried him? They stomp on him a little bit
Yeah,
and grind him up. And
the operation was a success, but the patient died.
yeah. Thanks for the insurance company paying the bill, but we lost him halfway
Actually,
through
one of
surgery.
my friends had lifelong smoker, was in the hospital, and his heart was failing along with his lungs. And so they did it. They said, well, we can release him, or we can he's got a terrible heart, we can put in a pacemaker. And they couldn't decide. Anyway. Doctor says, I'm going to make the decision. We're going to do it. So they put in a pacemaker, sent him home. 3 days later, he died. It's like, no, you're right, doctor. The operation was a success, but the patient died.
That was that old joke I used to tell everybody a long time ago. Oh, guy went to the doctor, said, I got some good news, bad news. And the guy said, what's that? He goes, you're about to die. The guy said, oh, man, I can't afford to pay you. Good news, you're going to live 6 more months.
It's like doctor says to the guy, you got 2 months to live. I recommend you move to North Dakota. And he said, why? Will that help? And he said, no, it'll just seem longer.
Here you go. Dean says if he wasn't vaccinated, that's funny. If he wasn't vaccinated, he would have gone to hell. Since he was vaccinated, he goes to heaven.
Yeah. Well, I had no idea there was a metaphysical
that.
component to the vaccine.
Religious or not, I didn't know the Lord Jesus
I did not.
segregated you off.
I had no idea there was a connection.
I'm going to go and read my King James Version Bible and see if I can find out.
This is a vaccine of biblical proportions.
Yeah. COVID fixed stupidity. Apparently not. Apparently not. All right, then, John. And by the way, John, appreciate you tuning in. We do this every Tuesday from 5 to 7. For now, I'm backing off the show. I'll make the announcement here. The last Tuesday, I think it's with January 30th, is my last show for the year. Okay, I'll be back for a Christmas special.
Wait a minute. January 30th is your
Excuse
last
me,
show.
November.
Thank you.
Racing Mindset.
November 30th.
Yeah, November 30th.
So
My last show.
If January 30th is your last show for the year,
yeah, there's something wrong.
that's 11 months.
Yeah. What am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's laziness.
That'd be no good.
Yeah, it's bad. November
30th.
30th is my last show.
A lot
Tuesday.
more sense.
I'll be back one show for Christmas holiday. We'll try to get a bunch of people together and put on a big Christmas show for everybody. And then the first Tuesday in January, I will return, but it's going to be a different hour. It's going to be at 6 instead of 5. It'll be 6 to 8 instead of 5 to 7. And we're going to have a new co-host. So far, he says it's still in. I still talk to him. He's in. So we're going to have a new co-host, a new setup, new intro, and all that. New segments to go on. I'll still have Pimp's Pets because I was asked to keep it, so I'm going to be doing that. I got some other things to do in that area. So we're going to do that. I'm going to have guests on, same as usual, and we'll talk back and forth. I'm sure you'll come back a couple times more.
I'd love to. I love coming up here.
I know you do. We appreciate it. So that's coming up.
I don't know if your viewers are aware, but in the next room over, there's a stripper bar. I've loved they give us free drinks after we do the show. I don't, folks. If you ever want to come and watch the show in person, and just go over there, get a beer or something, come on down. That'd be great.
Yeah, sweetheart, he's lying. You can get me beat up before I get home, but
she's gonna meet you at the door with a rolling pin.
And no. By the way, one time. Back before I got treated, I'm going to the local bar. She knew exactly where I was, right? It wasn't bullshit, nobody. And she came in one time, in the door, she swung the bar door, and she was madder than hell, right?
Oh, look out.
I just tossed my wallet to her. Right? That didn't work. She picked it up, took the money, and said, thank you, threw my wallet back at me. All my buddies said, oh, shit, you're in trouble. They scattered them. Oh, okay. Bunch of Judas, a bunch of turncoats.
This isn't going well.
She walked up, and she said, real softly, right? She used verbal judo. If you don't get your ass to the house, there'll be no more ass ever.
In the house.
Bang. Gone.
Yeah.
My shadow was looking around.
You're motivated.
My shadow was looking around. Where'd you go? Yeah, I was out of there. This has been fun. Yeah, we try to have fun every show. We're trying to take some of the seriousness out of life, just make people laugh. But again, John, mark it down. I'll be back 6 to 8 starting in January. It'll still be on Tuesday nights. Come join us, man, for a little more. Julie said, I was going to say, I'll probably be in the U.S. in January.
Really?
If you are, come by, man.
Wow.
We're gonna try to do another comedy show, another contest in March again.
All right.
So we'll get some more comedians coming on this time. And Julie, come to Cameron and watch that because I'm probably going to have the Cameron again. Come and watch that. That's a fun time to see the comedians battle for the trophy, man. You got to follow the rules.
The last comic standing. You're going to do another one, or are you talking about something else?
Yeah, the one you won.
Okay, last comic standing.
Last comic standing. Yep, we're going to do that, so she can come to that. Now I'm going to try to set up some other shows too. I'm working on some in Gallatin, Missouri, again at that theater.
That's a great venue.
It is, and
that is a. I walked in. The storefront looks like it used to be a dollar store or something.
Right.
And you walk in there, and you walk into the theater, and it is wonderful.
When you walk in, doesn't it sound like
No.
It's.
I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. You walk in and you're like, holy crap, this is great, wonderful venue.
Do we know John by another name?
John Bonnekamp?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
That's his actual name.
She probably tries to send a friend request because she loves everybody. She's friends with everybody.
All right.
She's a cool person. She said Missouri will be too cold. Not in March so bad. No. February, hold your ass.
Yeah.
January, it's colder than hell.
You should be all right.
Now this year though, I heard on the news they're talking. It's not supposed to be so cold this year, but it's supposed to have more snow because of one of the little Mexican kids, El Nanya. Well, that's not racist. One of the Mexican kids. So.
My mom had a question I had difficulty in answering. She said, if vampires...
Oh, January. Yeah, it's cold January.
Yeah. No
cold.
question.
Yep. Yeah,
my mom had a question. She said, if vampires' hair is always perfect, how can they comb it if they can't see themselves in the mirror?
That is an interesting question.
I didn't. That's one of those.
I'm having tea with your mother.
That's one of, it's like, why do you drive on a parkway and park in a driveway? That's one of those questions.
Yeah, and why do you call them a pair of pants?
Yeah, it should be a pair of pants.
Yeah, there's only one. Yeah.
There's only one.
And what exactly is on the other hand?
And what exactly is a cold-blooded killer?
Oh, that's
someone who murders reptiles.
And why is it called corned beef? Is there a cow walking around with a corn cob in his butt?
Or just tells corny jokes.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Exactly how dead is a doornail?
I've always wondered that too. And what's the hubs of hell?
I don't know. These are the questions that keep us up at night, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a pretty picture.
Yeah. Dude, we are sick in the head. I'm telling you, you guys don't understand what write these jokes. I can write 5 jokes in a second and forget every damn one of them. If I ain't got my little deal to tell them in there, the other day I was doing something and I was talking to myself and doing impressions. The wife came around the bedroom. Are you okay? Yeah, baby. Why?
No, I'm rehearsing.
Who the hell are you talking to? I said, I'm doing jokes. She goes, go out in your office. You got an office with a microphone. Turn it on. That way I know at least you're doing it. You're scaring the roaches. I said, I better not have no damn roaches. I know we don't have no roaches because you scare them away. And what the hell are you talking about? I was trying to write a joke about a stripper.
Concerned.
She was. I tried to write a joke about a stripper pole, a crop table on a horse, right? And I was trying real hard to make them, but I just couldn't get them together, right? Finally, what I did, she goes, "That's disgusting. Don't ever tell it again." Well, that's the only thing I think fits. She goes, "You need to move on from that joke."
Oh. So now everybody's a critic.
Yeah. I mean, finally, I did. I got in trouble with her the other night. She said something. I said, "Are you paying me?" She's you're married, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're getting paid. Here's a true story. When my mom died, I started going through her stuff, and she had kept the cards, that and letters that people had given her when she got married. She still had them in a box. And this is like, she was married for 40, 50 years. So here's this piece of paper. And one of them said it was a gift. It was no, it's true. It was a gift. And it was a rolling pin. He said, I bought you a rolling pin to celebrate your marriage. Use your best judgment.
That's a 2-for-1 gift. You can cook for your ass or beat an ass.
The left hand.
I thought she was going to tell me. I swear to God, I thought she was going to tell me that she had a card that said, "Good luck on this one. I'll see you the next one."
Yeah,
or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, it's inappropriate to RSVP to a wedding invitation by saying, "I can't make it. Sorry. Maybe next time." That's not appropriate.
No, but it's funny. It's funny. Why are they sleeping together when you're not?
When you're not sleeping. Here's
You see the one she put on it about that? Why they call it Upper Egypt?
Well, it's
or
there is
Lower Egypt when it's Upper Egypt.
there is an actual Lower Egypt, so that's fair.
Right.
Yeah, Upper Egypt is the northern half. Well, here's my plan. Talking about sleeping together, my plan is to sleep around by taking naps at a bunch of different places. I think I can do it.
And you know, people, and that's a weird term, sleeping together. Okay, us weirdos, us rednecks, we're thinking of sex. Okay, sleeping of sex. So when somebody comes home, where's your granddaughter? Sleep with grandpa. Let's use that term a little different. Shall we use that? I mean, unless you're from Arkansas or something, that might be your thing. But
well, here's something I read. This may or may not be true. That when Lincoln was president, and guys, he would sleep in a bed with members of his cabinet.
Other men, yeah.
Yeah. Had you heard that too?
Yeah, I seen the whole thing on there. The way they put that out there, like he was gay.
No, they were all wearing their clothes.
Right. But the way they were trying to say that he was, Lincoln was also gay. Here's the reason why. I'm thinking, I don't think he was gay.
No, they just.
In that time, you had one freaking man. And a lot of beds he couldn't sleep in because he was like, what, 6'5"?
Yeah.
He'd hang over.
Yeah.
The average size of human being back in the day was 5'8", if I remember correctly.
Okay? Have you ever, I was in Monticello. Whose home? Now, I'll think of his name here in a second. Somebody could remind me who lived at Monticello. And the door was like 5'8", and that was back in the day when he did not have to stoop to get in his own front door.
Right.
Thomas Jefferson.
Okay, Washington. Somebody said Washington.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
And
see, Lincoln and his wife were into the metaphysical.
Yeah, that's why his.
Have you seen his?
I was actually at the
Lincoln
Museum in Springfield recently with my friend Don.
Oh, Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah. There's a lot of Springfields.
Yeah, it's clear. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, 38 states have a Springfield.
Here's the deal about chili. You performed in Chillicothe, Missouri, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Almost sliced bread.
Almost sliced bread, which is not quite accurate, but it is, because I mean, it was invented. Sliced bread was technically done overseas, but when they made Earl sandwich, they sliced bread and put it. That's how they got it. Anyway, Earl sandwich is a joke anyway. So I did some phone calls. I had to call somebody back in Chillicothe. I had an appointment to go over there, official federal appointment. I don't like when the federal government calls me; it makes me nervous. Okay, but I go over there. The guy called back said, "We're fining you for being late." I said, "I'm sitting in your parking lot, sir. There's nobody in my parking lot." I said, "Hey, asshole, stick your head out the door. I'm in your freaking parking lot." And he started getting me riled up. He said, "I'm standing outside right now." I said, "You said Chillicothe, right?" "Yeah." I said, "Chillicothe, Missouri." He goes, "Chillicothe, Missouri."
Oh no!
I'm thinking, don't. I said, "I'm thinking, don't." He goes, "I'm in Chillicothe, Ohio. Can you be here in 10 minutes?" No, dude. I'm in Chillicothe, Missouri. And if I was going to drive there, I'd be there tomorrow. Okay. No. He goes, "Wait a minute. There's a Chillicothe, Missouri." So he looked at his phone and goes, "Oh, shit." So all of a sudden he's apologizing. "Oh, man, hey, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, asshole. I met my obligation. I said where I said I was.
That's crazy.
So I got home, started looking. There's quite a few Camerons and quite a few Chillicothe's.
Really?
Yeah. All over the United States, especially Ohio. I'd love to go to Ohio. If I ever go to Ohio, I'm seeing two people right off the bat as soon as I get there. I'm going by Minnie. I'm going to find Minnie, and I'm finding Dean Cerny, because that's where Dean's from. Ohio.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yep. So we're going. I'm going.
State?
Washington moved to Monticello after the war. I hope I said that right. Julie, anything is possible. We have Texas and Australia.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, that's who you do.
Where did Thomas Jefferson live then? It wasn't Monticello, it was the other one.
Yeah. Dean said, "Come on up, brothers. I'm trying to get a tour up there, and when I do, I'm bringing some comedians with me. And we're going to hit a tour all around that area."
Absolutely.
You're going.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going.
I'd love to.
But this damn COVID thing has got a lot of venues scared, and you know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. I've talked about that no end. You know how I feel about that. I think it sucks, but whatever. All right, David, we got 15 minutes left in the show. And I know we'll call up early because I enjoy being with you, and I know the fans are having a good time. Pop up some of your little one-liners you got there in your hand. And you've been doing it all show in case people have figured it out. Right.
If you haven't noticed,
Yeah.
what have you been watching?
Yeah.
My cousin is going to open a small piano store. Very excited. Next week is the baby grand opening.
You get some free comedy from David Scott here on WO Entertainment, WO Radio.
You know who you never see together in public? Papa John and his son Jimmy.
Yeah. Come to think of it. You got Columbus, Cleveland, Warren Packer Music Hall. I'm going to write that down as you're doing your
Warren
thing.
Packard.
Yeah.
My dad owned a Packard for a while.
I wouldn't doubt it. I heard they
I'm
were pretty good cars.
Actually have ridden in the back seat of a Packard.
What year?
Oh, I was a kid, maybe. I remember they had an armrest in the back on the side. I could sit on the armrest.
You're so old. You sure it wasn't a Chariot?
I'm not sure they had armrests in the back.
Not a Chariot, huh?
Here's a fact. If you ask for change at the dollar store, they just give you a different dollar.
Whip his ass. And that's all.
Here's something I learned in the military. Going above and beyond is always a good idea, unless you're trying to land an airplane on an aircraft carrier. Then that's not good. Did you know that in nursing homes, the code word for toilet is mustard, specifically gray poupon? Gray poupon.
Gray poupon.
Gray poupon. Yeah, I should have answered that for the condiment question.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah.
My name is David. I did not name my son David. I wished I'd named him Harley, so he could introduce himself as Harley, David's son.
There you go. You're getting likes.
I recently found out I'm pregnant. Surprised me. At least that's what the sign said where I parked at the grocery store.
Is that a quality test?
I don't know. Earlier this week, my phone filmed a 3-hour documentary of life inside my pocket. Here's something I've started doing. Instead of going to Starbucks, I write my name on a coffee cup, yell my name out, and then set a $5 bill on fire.
Oh.
Speaking of coffee, did you know that coffee is a gateway drug? 1 minute, you're stirring a cup with a little wooden stick, and before you know it, you're paddling a kayak. It's out of control. Here's something else. The only problem with the road less traveled is the poor cell phone reception.
Unless you're in Missouri, then the road less traveled is bad.
Back in the day, if you wore a hat and a cape, you were a gentleman. Now it means you're in a marching band.
Friends.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you noticed? You've probably noticed this. That
hey, Donald Dog Ahoy, Julie, you take care of yourself. Appreciate you coming in.
You've probably noticed this. Some people drive as if using a turn signal will somehow reveal their plans to the enemy. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, did I ever tell you that every morning 2 cute little ducks come visit me on my patio? And so I've started giving them bread. My friend Don said, don't do that. If they eat too much bread, they'll get sick and die. I said, I know. I hate ducks. The other day, I live in Kansas City. The other day in Kansas City, I helped an old man across the street by repeatedly honking at him.
Nice. I wrote a couple new ones.
Oh, let's hear. Well, by all means,
Here's one.
Rich,
This
let's
is
hear
not,
them.
This is not a family friendly. This is an adult joke. Okay.
Ah,
All right.
ah.
Wife and I were talking on the telephone, taking care of some business, right? I called her back and said, talking on the phone with your wife and talking about business is kind of dull. I'm going to call her back. I'm going to talk to her again. I called her back. I hear hello. And immediately I was like, baby, I want to run my fingers through your hair. I want to kiss you right in the side of your head, right in the temple. I want to nibble on your neck. I want to move down to kiss you in your bosom area right here. I want to go a little bit south and do something. I heard, son, it was my mother-in-law. Sound like you and my daughter are going to have a good time. I said, yes, Mom. She's a freak.
Yeah. Yes.
Anything else? No, that's it, Mom.
No, we're done.
Bye. So, piece of advice: make sure before you start saying things, you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, make sure.
I got a daughter. When I talk to her, she's older now. She sounds like my wife.
Oh,
so when I call,
that's hazardous.
So her and I got a deal worked out. If I don't know, she's, hi, Daddy. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We're there.
Now you're talking.
But she answers, how you doing, sweet meat? Dad. Oh, shit. Dang it. You know when I call her. So, yeah, that was
embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing. Yeah, that's.
Oh, here's something. On the way up here, I ate an entire can of Pringles in the car. I was very disappointed. There were only 3 of them, and they were all tennis ball flavored.
Yeah, it's
not good.
No, not good. We'll talk a little bit about this right here.
There he is.
This
winner.
Right here is your picture. I think it's your grandfather or great grandfather next to you in his regalia.
No laughs from that guy.
Yeah, he was hard audience.
Hard, man.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, stoic. He didn't leave.
That's true. He didn't walk.
So I mean
I did not walk the room.
We kept his money.
He got every nickel of what he paid for.
Yeah. So, well, wouldn't that be a shilling? No, that's us.
That's right. Back in the day.
That'd be a shilling. Maybe that's David Scott there, guys. He won the very first, and I'm still proud to announce this, man, because David won the very first WO, Last Comic Standing trophy. Okay. And it's a good looking trophy. It's a little
microphone. I like it.
Yeah, it's befitting for what we do. This year, so he's going to be the returning champion. He's going to be the reigning, defending, universal, absolute walking champion.
That's right. Man, if you're counting how many championships I've won in my life, that would be one.
Yeah, start with woo.
That'd be one.
You got the woo.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, woo. But anyway, that was a very proud moment. That happened at the Cameron American Legion Hall.
Right.
Is where we had that at.
Right.
And I think we're going to have it there again.
Great.
And going to do it again in March.
There was food, as I recall.
Yeah, there's going to be food again.
Great.
A lot of comedians called me afterward mad. And I said, look, we advertise this thing.
No kidding.
Quite a bit. And you've seen it. I put it all over everywhere.
Yep.
And they're like, well, we forgot. Well, guess what? That ain't my problem if you forget.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we want to join.
Well, there's always next year.
That's right. So now David's got the trophy. It can't be undone. He's down in the history books as being the first champion. Okay.
That's right. You can look it up.
Yeah, you can look at what you want. You can get mad all you want. You didn't show up. David won. There you go. And David went against Tater, and Tater put up a fight now. Tater put up a good fight. Both had good jokes. Neither one of you went over time. You was within the rules. I was impressed. It didn't go off with any problems. So anyway, David Scott, but we appreciate that, David. We thank you for that.
That was fun.
Of course, you got now you got to come back to the next one.
Yeah.
Dean,
not a problem.
That was Dave doing his VA tour. Poor guy was still waiting to see the doc.
That's right. He was out in the parking lot. It was tough.
Speaking of that, as you guys know, if you follow me on Facebook, my Facebook friends know, I've been having muscle problems in my shoulder and both my biceps. And I'm talking some excruciating pain. And I take pain very well, so it hurts me. It must be very bad. And I kept avoiding it because I knew I didn't want to go to the VA. I knew there was some type of thing at the VA that you didn't want to bullshit you have to go through. But I just couldn't take it no more. The CBD oil started helping a little bit. I wanted to see if I had any damage. So I go to the VA, put on a mask and all this crap going there. And I wait for 30 minutes. The lady comes out. She's looking me all over, rubbed me up and down. I said, well, you feel intact? I said, I'm intact. She said, well, I need to get an x-ray. I said, well, you don't need to get an x-ray of my bone. I didn't hurt my bone. It's my muscle. You can't x-ray muscle? No, but I just want to make sure. I said, okay. I said, well, I'm a 60-60 patient. I'm more than 60 miles away, so I'll need a referral to go somewhere else, right? She said, yep, okay. She said, well, we're going to take your blood pressure. Why don't you come in for blood work? And this is going to take 3 months before we can do surgery. I said, wait a second. You just told me you don't know what's wrong with me. Okay. Why are we talking about surgery already? And it's going to take 3 months for this pain. I know that it's going to take 3 months. I already knew going in there, this is going to take a while for this to figure this out. But when I left, she goes, well, it'll be 3 months before we get to surgery. So you just got to hold on. You just don't know she doesn't know what's wrong with me. And she's already talking about surgery. I'm like, oh, here we go. Right. So as soon as I get a referral, I'm going to go somewhere else and have an x-ray done and then I don't know what to do for muscle, MRI or however they get a muscle done. But that's my VA deal. So, yeah, Dean, you brought that up. Thank you very much for that memory. You can kiss my ass for that.
See, there you go again. That's why we can't have nice things. You're saying, don't say stuff like that to your fans.
Oh, Dean said worse than that on here. Dean's the only guy I know who he go to Facebook jail so long, you got to send him canteen money. He's in Facebook jail.
That's right. Yeah.
Huge amount. Huge amount.
Yeah, that's right. You have to send him candy bars, otherwise he might not survive.
Yeah, Dean's trying to be good to get past trick or treat, so he can get some leftover candy if he goes back in jail.
That's right.
All right, guys. Listen, we appreciate you guys joining us with us. David, thanks again, my brother, for coming in with us and showing your face on here with me.
I love it when you ask me to perform up here.
Oh, you do. You have no problem with it. We got 5 minutes up the show, so we are 4 minutes now. We just want to say to everybody, you are not worthless unless you're a child molester. Then you're worthless.
Yeah, well, there you are. There's always an exception.
There's always an exception every rule. But what it says, by the way, I'm the CEO of Facebook Bail Bonds. That's right.
There you go.
But you're not worthless. Your life has value. Please don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I've said it. My friends over at BV Nation Radio said it. Over VRS have said it. I know a lot of people say the same thing. I would rather spend 3 hours talking to you than 30 minutes at your eulogy. Okay, the eulogy is final. There's no jokes in the eulogy. I can't tell you a joke. I tell your family and friends jokes, but I don't care about them. I care about you. Okay, so don't do it. If you know anybody that's in a bad way, pull them aside, talk with them, show them a little love upon them a little bit. You know, there's people that you can't help. There's people that don't care, don't want help. You did your thing. I don't want you being upset if they do commit suicide and you tried. Hey, you tried. Okay. So don't commit suicide. We're asking you not to do it. If you do it, I'm going to talk bad about you because you know how I feel. I don't want you to commit suicide, but if you do, you're a coward. It's a cowardly act and you ain't hurting yourself. You're hurting your family. Okay. So please, if you have a problem, contact Dean Cerny, Julie Lewis, Bud Main, John, David, me, anyone on WO Entertainment, Roy Anthony, Blue Phoenix, Athen, anyone at VRS, anyone over there at BV Nation, anyone. We're here for you. We love you. We don't want you to commit suicide at all. Don't do it. It is absolutely not worth it. That's why we're here. We're here to add a little humor to you. Please, if you're in the area, you're local, and you feel this way, on November 6th, here we go. The Mac Daddy, the Granddaddy, the biggest show that you could ever going to be in your life. Okay. First, I want to send a shout out before I get to the people. Thank you, Webfoot Porch, for some of the edged items he's going to raffle off. He's got a knife. He's got a couple other things that he's going to put in there. We got another knife from a unanimous donor. That's going to be a 50-50 raffle. We got that going on. Thank you, Tub Creek, for your delicious barbecue that you're going to be have at the show and for the use of the event center. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Levi Garrison and Sons Brewing Company. I was talking to a reporter in the local newspaper before David got here, and he mentioned Levi Garrison, how great they are. He's drunk some of the beer. He said they're outstanding. The stuff's all brewed. They're in Hamilton, Missouri, home of J.C. Penney. Okay, so he's going to be there. His and Her Sports Gallery, Cameron, Missouri, for providing the shirts. Thank you very much. They've worked with me privately on my Redneck Pimp attire that I have out. They were involved in some of that work too, so check them out. Here we go. It starts at 5:30. It's $5 entry to get in. First thing we're going to do is have the national anthem sung live. The national anthem can be sung live by a lady who can sing. She sings like the Angels. Okay, it's like you listen to Angels sing. She's the lead singer of KC Rosenbridge. That's going on at 5:30. Then we're going to give away a free Thanksgiving dinner to a veteran. Sponsored, paid for by OVB Barbecue, Operation Veterans Barbecue, and Charlie Pride Barbecue. Owner, operator, proprietor Matt Brooks. He's going to be in attendance. He's going to take care of that. He's going to get your name. He's going to take care of that for you. You have no worries. Okay. Then we'll go do some announcement from Justin. This is Justin Snodgrass. It's the last time emceeing any of these events. He's hanging up the aviators, and he's going on to be a permanent blacksmith. We love him. He's still a part of me. He's one of my real good friends. I will miss him, but he's doing what he's doing for his family. We're raising money for suicide awareness. Here we go. When all that's done, at 6 o'clock, the king of clean comedy, the man, the legend. He's not a myth. He's sitting right here next to me. You've heard him all day long. His great one-liners. Mr. David Scott, winner, first annual WO Last Comic Standing trophy. Like a brother to me. I love him a lot. Right next to, right behind him, he's doing a 30-minute set. Right behind him, Sean Hill. If you haven't seen this lady perform, I don't know what to tell you. She's very good. Very, very, very good. She's going to be there. Then at 7 o'clock, the band Mixology. These guys have played the Warrior Fest for us. I've been to a lot of their concerts. They play like outlaw country, southern rock. You can hear Leonard Skinner, or you can hear some Bo Cephas, Waylon Jennings. They're awesome. Great band. They play to 8. From 8 to 8:30, Jeff Onyx is going to perform on stage. You know Jeff, good mutual friend of ours.
Yeah. Good
comedian. He's doing the sound, and he's doing, he's taking care of business, right? Okay, that needs 8:30. From 8:30 to 9. Damon Tater Spray, our buddy. He's coming out of hibernation. Okay, he's going to be there.
That's right.
And
he's crawling out from the cave.
That's right. This starts kind of the adult person of comedy. Okay,
that's right.
And he's a good man. He's a Marine. He loves what he does. He's a great friend of the show. We love David. We love Damon. Okay. After Damon, here you go, Richard Montano. If you want to hear clean comedy, this is not your slot. Okay, you don't want to listen to this slot. He's from 9 to 9:30. The man can tell some jokes. He's very funny. We call him the Godfather. He's only Mexican I know. He's got an Italian name. Okay, Richard Montano, great dude. And from 9:30 to 10,
look out.
This man needs no introduction anywhere on a civilized planet. Mr. Tai Fu Panda.
Yeah, he's extraordinary.
He is. He looks like an old black tugboat driver. Doesn't he, with his little gray hair on the side of him?
That's right.
Put a little pipe in his mouth.
Should be smoking a corncob pipe.
He should be, man.
That's right.
Yeah, he should be.
That's what he'll be proud to know that's how
right.
you describe it.
Yeah. Well, I know he's watching because he sneaks
good
in.
Lord.
Yeah, but we love him to death. And because we're friends, I can say that.
Yeah, before he knifes you.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you can do. And then at 10 o'clock, the band Reality Becomes. Absolute great band. I know I'm 2 minutes over, but it's my show. So, and I own the network, so whatever. Right? Band Reality Becomes. They've played several Warrior Fest with us. They are an outstanding band. They're going to jam out. They play not quite grunge, but they play some heavy metal, some rock and roll. They're an outstanding band. If that's your thing, they love you. Come put them on. They're going to perform from 10 to 11. Then from 11 on, I'll be performing there, and we'll also have some fellowship and maybe do some other things in between there. The mystery box will be given away in between there. The mystery box will be given away in between there. If you win, I will let you know. I will at least film it. If I don't film the whole show, I will film that part live. We'll get it live. We'll have our phones ready. We'll try to go live with it, and then we'll put the winner right live. And then whoever wins it, I hope you're there. But if not, I'll get to you and get your address and have it mailed to you. Guys, it's been a great show. I get the numbers up again. Thank y'all for joining. Appreciate it. Before we go, a couple comments here. My phone, Dean Cerny, my phone is on all the time. If it can't make you laugh, we'll cry together. Well, there you go. If it can't make you laugh, we'll cry together. Let me get that off the screen so I'll get even uglier. Okay. Matt, Dean, that girl got a voice. Yes, she does. You remember she sung here. He's talking about Christina. She sung for the national anthem. Girl's gonna sing live. Matt Brooks, Pimp, you still ugly. Yes, that's never been a debate. That's
stating the obvious.
Listen, I'm a hard 7. Okay.
You're a Missouri 7.
I'm Missouri 7. Okay. My wife's a 9. My wife's a 9, but I'm a hard 7. Okay. I output on my coverage, but I got some gifts in other places. So mind your business.
That's right. Pay no attention.
I mean, right? A Mexican with an Italian name. Somebody's boot made an unauthorized port visit. That's right. Boot to Sicily. Calm down, everyone. It's going to be me. That's right. That's right. Dean swears it's going to be him. And if Dean does win, he'd be the first one to ever win back to back, Mr. Box Challenge. So, and Matt Brooks, your Marine mouth don't add up.
Your
Marine math
didn't add up.
I need one of my glasses, you
sure
stupid
what
prick.
that's about.
Yeah, your Marine math don't add up.
That's sure.
No, anyway, well, just show up and have a good time. How about that? Guys, Redneck Pimp here, Richie King. I thank y'all. We want to thank David Scott for coming in. Brother, appreciate that. You're welcome. Anytime you want to come here, you know you're absolutely welcome.
My pleasure.
You don't even need an invite to show your ass up. That's what you want to do. No, I'm beginning at 6. Matt, beginning at 6. Starts at 5:30. The festivities. He goes on stage at 6. Okay, so yeah, we start at 5:30. He goes on at 6. Anyway, Matt Brooks, thank you for joining in. John, appreciate you coming, brother. Thank you very much. Dean Cerny, Julie Little Sputtermain, and everyone who joined in. Kathy, everyone join in. I'm Redneck Pimp. May the Great Spirit bless you. His face shine upon you. And may you run where the buffalo run safely, where the fish swim and the birds swing. Donny Dahoy. We're out.